One time, left, right, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time, left, right, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time, left, right, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time, left, right, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. knock 'em out. Two times, knock 'em out. Knock 'em out with the left, knock 'em out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time, left, right, knock 'em out. Two times, knock 'em out. Knock 'em out with the left, knock 'em out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time, knock 'em out. Two times, knock 'em out. Knock 'em out with the left, knock 'em out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What's up, family? We are now into round 7, and there are no more excuses for mistakes. So get ready for 3 more days of a lot of tension, a little glory, and a lot of headaches. There will be lots of disappointment with Dim Liquid repeating the dareness of staying on top of the antenna. They already teased twice. Don't hold your breath, Danger.
Poxa, Danger, me decepcionou aí.
Yes, to all of us, ma. Now look and learn from Mamute, too. That guy makes me proud.
Ih, Mamute! O Mamute gigantesco tomou mísselzinho.
There will be Camilota with paçoca.
Festa junina, né?
Murilo, dog show.
A 12 do cachorrão.
And FURIA,
Isso é aquela grande pergunta, né? Quem estão na ponta da tabela é a Vivo KEYD.
Never mind. And of course, my troop, there will be a lot of missing grenades and wrong grenade launchers for you. Thanks, Adão.
De nada, voz misteriosa.
But the best thing of all is to see the beasts exploding themselves. I'm crying tears of joy right here. My brother Nobru blew himself up, and let's pretend the game is over, okay? We love you, okay?
Meu parceiro Nobru doutrinou agora.
So that's it, my people. The moment to make the mistakes have already gone, and now there are 3 days and 3 chances to show everyone that your team can do even worse. I'm counting on each one of you. Are you all ready for lots and lots of self-kills with the grenade for today? We are live with the LBFF 5. I am Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, of course, my co-pilot, Carol Bombshell, is ready with her grenade launcher to blow us inside the cabin for the show today. So, Carol, how are you doing? Are you ready, Carol?
Hello everyone, I'm terrific today. I'm doing so good, especially because we are starting one more week of Free Fire Brazilian League. And today, Marcelo, a lot of emotions are coming for us, so it's better if us be very prepared for the day.
Carol, I just want to point out that it seems like I have a horn right here. It seems that I've got a horn for this week, but even though we have teams with lots and lots of pointed horns towards the top of the table for today, we have groups B and C coming up with Corinthians and SS Esports, the teams that are leading our rankings right now, and you can expect lots of actions, right?
Of course, most because the second week of the LBFF was marked by the performance mainly come from Corinthians that showed us the quality of a good game, playing safe and winning by positions. INTZ, who had their ups and downs during the 3 days, and right now they find themselves in the 10th place in our ranking. But Loud, who surprisingly went all the way from the 18th position to the 9th one, getting double booyahs and 81 points, and like they like to express, the bullet train is back, Marcelo.
The bullet train is back, and we have our schedule as well. We have got Unidas, INTZ, Loud, Nitroxx Top 10, SS Esports, and Team Liquid representing Group B. And we have B4, Corinthians, FURIA, Netshoes Miners, Team Codasolid, and Team 1 representing Group C for today. This Saturday will be Group B and Group C, but we also have Sunday and Monday coming up, right, Carol? On Sunday, we have Group A against Group B with Fluxo, Los Grandes, Metagaming, Pain Gaming, Santos Real, Vivo KEYD against God, Unidas, INTZ, Loud, Nitroxx Top 10, SS Esports, and Team Liquid. And you cannot forget that we still have Mondays to come. Free Fire Brazilian League for 2021, the Season 5, has 3 days of lots of Free Fire. And of course, on day 3, we have Groups A and Groups C coming up. And of course, we have to remind you on Monday, our time stamp is different. We are live at 7 p.m. in Brazil, 6 p.m. in the Eastern time of the United States, right, Carol?
Exactly. And today, Marcelo, like you just said, it is Group B against Group C. And as we have already watched things against Group B and Group C, it's very interesting to watch because they are the most aggressive ones. And I talk about a little bit of Corinthians, Loud, but a team we can definitely not forget here today. It is SS Sports, who with more 2 booyahs from last week, they now have reached the mark of 6 booyahs in total, being the only team who reached this mark this season, and not forgetting the fact they have scored more than 20 points. I mean, they only need to score more than 20 points each to steal Corinthians' first position.
And we have to talk about Corinthians and SS Esports a lot because they are fighting for the top of the rankings. And Corinthians is the best team in results, in points, in both Purgatory and Kalahari. That's amazing, a team dominating 2 of the 3 maps. But, however, so we have to talk about SS Esports because it's the teams that are historically leading the LBFF in points, in Buyas, I mean. They lead this season in Buyas with 6, and they lead LBFF 5 in kills with 107. And now we get the pleasure to see the players inside their game houses. Carol, this is way too nice for us.
It is definitely indeed, Marcelo. And talking about SS Sports, there they are. Talking about Loud, there they are. And we can see each one of them have different kinds of games styles to play. Loud, each one of them are in their own room, but most of the other teams, they are all together. They find like the communication is better, and I think so too. When we are all together, we don't only have the communication by talking, but looking at each other.
We have visual cues, right?
Yeah, so we have these visual things, and sometimes we can knock our team player, and come on, pay attention, I'm right here, and that's good.
It was nice to see that Nitroxx Top 10 were having a group hug, a moment of
praying,
of praying, of concentration right there, and it was nice to see. It's good to see the rituals from the teams before the games, right?
Yes, and I really enjoy to watch this, and I hope every week we have that. But something that we don't have every week, it is that we are going to watch today Group B and Group C. So once again, the 4 teams that we talked about early today, INTZ, Loud, Corinthians, SS Sports, they are against each other today in 6 more matches today, Marcelo. So let's keep our eyes open because each week the games change. They have different kinds of confrontations, maybe new strategies, new enemies trying to reach them to take something that they want. So right now we are going to have a personal confrontation between SS Sports and Corinthians, like you just said about, you comment a little bit about the points. So they are pretty close. So I was gonna say, I'm going to start the day saying for us to keep an eye, especially on both of these teams.
But we talked about personal confrontations, and we have to talk about the personal confrontations from those players leading the rankings in kill. We have our kill leaders on the screen, MTS and Mamute only 2 kills apart, but Nobru following really close, but on also close, and Natividade. The difference between MTS, the top killer for the season, and Natividade, the 5th one, is only 8 kills. Natividade can close the gap in just 1 game. He's been doing that with the grenades. He's been having games with 7, 6 kills, and he may close this gap in just 1 game, Carol.
Exactly. And MTS right now, he has the opportunity to still keeping open gaps ahead of Mammoth to have this faraway confrontation because Mammoth belongs to Group A. But like you said, Natividade, he is really close, so probably we are going to watch more action from him today. But let's not forgetting about Bution, because he's a newbie here, right? And I wasn't expecting to see newbies around here. But Marcelo, talking about newbies, let's check it out our standings here today.
Yeah, because we have some newbies that had good days and that need to improve their game for this round 7. I mean, Nitroxx Top 10 and Team Codasolid that came from Serie B, they are debuting in the Serie A. They need to improve their game. Nitroxx Top 10 still in the top 12. That's important for them to keep themselves inside the top 12. But Team Codasolid that had some nice days are now in the 15th place, and they need to improve their game, right, Carol?
And so far, those teams that you just said, they should definitely come with a new strategy here today. If not, maybe trying to adopt the same strategy Corinthians did until they get in the top, or go for the big or go home. go aggressive, go for the kills, or just try to be safe, get a good position in the late stages of the game, and try to get as much points as you can. But in case you guys are wondering, we already have the name of the players here that are going to play today. Yeah, the lineups for each one of these teams. And I tell you what, Marcelo, Corinthians and Loud, they are keeping the same squad that did great. They have a great performance from last week.
And Loud last week, we have to talk about it. They broke the season record for the most kills in just one round. They got, I mean, the points. They got 38 kills in the last round, and we have a table here for you guys to see, because Loud is really close to the 1000th kill in the LBFF. They got 333. That's tough to see, to say. On season 1, 212 on season 3, 362 on season 4, and they got really close last week with 38 kills. That was an amazing day for Loud, and we really need to see more of more days like that for Loud. They had a really slow start, but we have players leading the team in different statistics. We have the players who got kills for Loud.
Each one of them.
Historically.
Like Will is the front line of Loud, and he probably got the most of the kills, because he always is very strategic with each one of the gun he's used. Right now he is the front line, like I said, with the double vector. But let's not forget the unforgettable players like Vinix and Kronos, one of the best supporters that LBFF have watched, and both of them play with the snipers rifles, and they really do a good job. Kronos is known right now to be the witch, the warlock in LBFF, because he can do magics with the snipe rifle. But also they got Kawan, and he got a kind of a balance with Will, because he's also a frontline, but he's also a great assistance, a great support. But I would say his best position right now would be in the front line with Will as well.
And it's funny to see that you pointed out that the players have different functions, and that's obvious. But that function shows up because Loud has 3 different players leading the teams in different categories. We have K1 leading in kills with 28. We have Kronos leading in damage with close to 19,000 points in damage, and we have Noda leading in assists with 16 assists, and Will complementing them with the ability to lead the charge, to be the rush leader, to be the entry for the kills, for the rushes. And so with Loud working as a well-oiled machine, like the standings show us, they can get a nice day, and of course they will get to the 1000th point today, Carol.
And I tell you what, Marcelo, Kronos, with this amount of damage he's got right now, he's experienced player around here. But in the other hand, here today we got Nando. But what I'm more curious right now, it's what our direction have planned for us today. So let's stay tuned.
Fala aí, minha tropa, como é que vocês estão? Aqui que tá falando com vocês é o Loud Vinix. Eu acho que nem eu, particularmente, tenho noção do quanto que é isso, tá ligado? E a gente demorou o quê? 4 LBFFs, mais ou menos, pra conseguir tudo isso, tá ligado?
Mostra o nome no bandeirão, porque ele faz squad wipe com apenas uma biribinha.
Se a gente conseguir, nós seremos o primeiro time a ter 1000 abates na LBFF. Caraca, cara. O primeiro time a bater essa marca, imagina? Você é louco, filho. Mano, então quer dizer que nós, ó, o Shadow da Loud tá aí, pai, tamo sempre. Saber que a gente vai bater essa marca E tipo assim, tanta coisa que a gente tá conseguindo conquistar aqui nesse cenário, acho que não tenho palavras pra descrever o quanto que isso aqui é gratificante pra mim, tá ligado? Eu tenho certeza que pro meu squad inteiro também. A gente voltou lá pro top 12 e a gente não vai deixar isso daí só por deixar não, tá ligado? A gente vai se esforçar ao máximo.
Tomou bala, Will derruba. Squad Y, pedala o dia pra cima da Fúria.
Próxima rodada a gente vai vir com tudo, a gente não para, sem freio, puxadão da Loud, mandem a hashtag GoLoud no Twitter, só bora, vamos que vamos, let's go.
Throw up the L! I just forgot to turn on my microphone. But throw up the L because Loud is close to 1,000 kills. That's just terrifying to think that we are already getting to 100 kills in LBFF. It's just Season 5, Carol.
1,000. I mean, it is a lot of kills. They have been working so hard through all the seasons of LBFF, and I really like it. I really enjoy to watch the Stay Tuned here today because they brought Phoenix, the oldest player of Loud, to talk about that, and he surely represents really good Loud. Like I said, he's a very great assistant, but I think Marcelo is hearing something.
Yeah, it seems like we have clearance to take off. Let's go! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R7D1, I am your captain Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side I have my co-pilot Carol Bombshell. We are heading straight to Purgatory, so loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, cause it's time to drop, Carol!
Ladies and gentlemen, pets, kids, and each one of the alive it's a human being, or each one of you guys that are watching here today. Let's land in the Purgatory map with Corinthians SS Sports, Netshoes Miners, before Loud, INTZ, Nitroxx Top 10, FURIA, Team Liquid, Team Codasolid, God Unidas, Team 1, because things are about to get very interesting to watch here today. Each one of these guys came prepared, and Corinthians have to show us what they have prepared for us today.
We didn't come prepared for such an early fight between Team Liquid and Corinthians. We see that Corinthians is trying to trample Team Liquid over there. Pedro is lost inside the storage house, and now Ousado is really close to him, trying to find some information to engage into this fight, and he's jumping! And the first player down is Pedro, but Boss helping Pedro over there. He puts Ousado to the ground. Gelo coming in, trying to help Ousado on the ground, while we have players from Team Liquid trying to flank Corinthians, and the first blood is Pedro RS. Team Liquid is one player down, and the fight still going on. MVR on the ground trying to heal himself. He probably didn't have the time to get together as much of the medkits that he needed, but Lucas is also in between the containers. We have Boss in the watchtower. We may engage into this heavy confrontation right at the beginning of the game. Ousado, the player to get the first kill for the day against Team Liquid's the Team Liquid's Pedro. Now we have MVR on the ground. Corinthians players are trying to flank from around the walls. Players from Team Liquid might be aware of that, but Lucas is just focused on Razur, who is inside the storage house, but 3 players coming in. Ousado, Gelo, they will get to MVR. They are really close to MVR right now, and they might try to jump MVR, but Boss got the well done surprise. Ousado saw the feed from MVR. He knows where MVR is, and he is going over trying to trample, but Boss does a nice job, puts 2 players down, and MVR with the headshot! Team Liquid holding their ground. Now they eliminate 2 players from Corinthians. What a nice backup done by Boss. He did a great job protecting MVR and giving him the time to protect himself with the shield and eliminate 3 players from Corinthians. Razor is going to take off because there's no way he's going to buy this fight. So Team Liquid lost the first player. They had the disadvantage in numbers, but a misplay by Corinthians allowed Team Liquid to bring it back, Carol.
And that surprises me because, of course, Corinthians have 3 favorite drop calls in Purgatory map specifically. They go to Maple Works, Campsite, and Lumber Mill, but we haven't seen them going always to Lumber Mill. We haven't seen them going to Maple Works, and they have this first confrontation against
And
Team
we have
Liquid.
the second confrontation going on, Carol. I'm sorry to
Yes,
interrupt,
go.
but Natividade was almost on the ground. We have God Unidas going against the Netshoes Miners team, and Natividade now trying to heal himself, to regroup with its teammates, because things got dangerous over there, Carol. We see Bobs using the hit aim towards the players from Netshoes Miners, but it seems that Netshoes Miners took off, Carol. They will not engage into this fight right now.
Yeah, as they should, because, you know, it is the beginning of the day here today, and they needed to keep getting great points for them to help them to stick with their place in our table. But talking still about Team Liquid and Corinthians Free Fire, I wasn't expecting this great action, these early fights each one against each one of them. Team Liquid, that we know is the only team here so far that haven't got any booyahs, going so against Corinthians. It's really good to watch, because I thought they would keep a low profile because they need they are still in having the desire to get their first booyah here in Free Fire Brazilian League. But for those who have watched last season of LBFF, know that Team Liquid, they are always so aggressive, and sometimes they come for the teams. But I guess right now Corinthians decided to change their drop call. They went to Marble Works, and they face off in an early fight with Team Liquid. Marcelo.
They engaged into this fight. Team Liquid is the 8th team in results here in Purgatory, and Corinthians was the best team for the first 6 rounds. So it's weird to see such a rushed start by Corinthians, and they got the advantage, and they lost an easy fight for Team Liquid. But now we have Hazur still alive for Corinthians. Hazur, who is one of the players with the most kills for Corinthians. If I'm not mistaken, he is the player with the most kills for Corinthians, exactly, with 27 kills as of right now. And he will try to do the BG strategy, like staying alive, right? So we have now the confrontation going on between the newcomers, the 2 teams that are the newcomers, and the first player from Team Codasolid is down. Quali trying to help its teammates, while Romeo, Garoto Romeo, coming in with the M249, and now breaking the ice and trying to find the spot to engage into the better fight against Team Codasolid, who is now inside the danger zone, Carol. That may help Nitroxx Top10 in this fight. And Team Codasolid will have to rotate to leave that danger zone, Carol.
Exactly, and we know that the danger zone have come for these guys, and of course will help a little bit of Nitroxx Top10, but also will bother them a little bit because they cannot come in for a mano-mano, a face-to-face battle against Team Codasolid. And they always have, when the safe zone is going to the field side, we haven't seen in a couple of times that Nitroxx and Team Codasolid have meet, they have facing off and getting in some battles, and it is good to see because both of them also were fighting in the Serie B of LBFF, and right now once again they are facing off each other. But Marcelo, looks like our safe zone is going to shrink exactly to that side. Once the teams are going to the same direction, we can predict a little bit where the safe zone is going. But Team Liquid, NSS Sports, FURIA, they are doing a different kind of a game style here today, right?
They are going for a more quiet game plan today, and you talked about Nitroxx Top10 and Team Codasolid not facing off each other that much, and it's funny, they do not actually have an intersecting rotation usually, but it seems that the week got them kind of same result in their studies. They are rotating to the same place, to the fields. They actually might know where the safe zone is going as of right now, and they are taking the center of the safe zone. Both teams still with 4 players. The only teams that lost players were Corinthians and Team Liquid in that starting fight. But now we have some teams trying to use the Corinthians strategy, Carol. The strategy that Corinthians used for the first 2 weeks, and it seems that is reflecting in the metagame for the LBFF Season 5, right?
Yes, most of the teams have noticed that the Corinthians strategy have worked out for them, but I don't know what have changed for them starting the day here today. Maybe they will stick back to their strategy because they changed their favorite drop call like we talk about. But and you said that in Purgatory and Kalahari, Corinthians have been the best team of all, and they have is the only team in LBFF that have scored more than 15 points in each one of the rounds. But right now things are going to be a little bit hard for them because they are down to 1 player, and Team Liquid got the best advantage, and they were in number disadvantage, right? So let's see if Razuri will block the way for Team Liquid, because they probably are already aware of that.
Yeah, probably Razuri was trying to play the hide-and-seek strategy, but he will not be able to, because Lucas TD already spotted him and is trying to play the Kobe against him, trying to find the grenades through the window inside the house, but Hazur took off. He is not going to try to fight Team Liquid. He will try to hide himself, but MVR with the car coming in to close the gap, close this distance, and Hazur right now trying to find a place to leave the cover from the house, but that will be not easy for him because wherever he goes, he will be out in the open, and there are 3 players from Team Liquid trying to eliminate him.
And talking about Team Liquid, Marcelo, we got the stat. Ooh, Corinthians back.
Corinthians is down. Hazur tried to help himself by eliminating 1 player from Team Liquid. He got the second point for Corinthians. That was important, but he could not leave the house. So Corinthians is the first team wiped out.
But they took one of Team Liquid's players back with him. Back to the lobby.
That was Boss. Boss was also back to the lobby with him. Team Liquid now with 2 players remaining, but 2 points, 4 points for kills, as they eliminated the whole Corinthians team. And Boss did a great job protecting MVR in that first fight, that first confrontation. But now we might have a confrontation between Nitroxx Top10 and FURIA. Nitroxx Top10 is going for the fights today, right?
And I just want to share a quick information really quick, because we got here the standings for killing, and we know that Loud, they are almost reaching the 1,000 kills this season. But Team Liquid, they got 977. They are also really close to reach.
Now 981.
Yeah, so the question right now is, Marcelo, it is possible for Team Liquid reach the mark before Loud?
Maybe if they engage into this fight right now, they will give the 1,000th point in kills for Team Liquid, because they only have 2 players trying to fight against 4 players from Team Liquid. And it seems that Kronos is aware of Lucas TD. He might have seen the head of the character from Lucas TD right there. He is aware. He's gathering info around that wall. He knows that Team Liquid is there, and I think that the Loud players are eager to get their names on the kill number 1,000. Probably they are fighting each other to see who will be the player that will hold this mark forever.
And also, one of the teams that are close for the 1000 and probably will get this season, it is FURIA team as well, and also Vivo KEYD. Vivo KEYD still have a long way to go, but I'm pretty much sure FURIA will get also the 1000 kills this season.
Now we have SS Esports, a team that is leading the season in kills, also getting close to that region with Team Liquid, with INTZ, with Loud. They are really close, and FURIA is doing an amazing job. God already got 2 kills over the players from God Unidas over there. He sent a Huda, and he sent one more player from God Unidas back to the lobby. The sniper is doing great for God right now. And we have Loud probably engaging into a fight. They are trying to run away, but they might be engaging in a fight. They are getting shot. K1 trying to find some cover on the trees. He got nice shots. Brabox with almost no life remaining. He uses the health kit, and now K1 lays down on the ground to use the health kit better and more safely. But INTZ is well aware of their spot and might engage into this fight right now. We have Netshoes Miners going against Team 1 as well. Natividade getting a kill on 1-9, and now Loud is getting shot. The first player is down. The first player, who is Kronos, is down, and now the K1 trying to find the kills over there, trying to find some shoots to avoid the INTZ players, but he is getting shot way too loud. But look at Aranha! Unidas is down. We have one more player down. Aranha doing an amazing job. Team 1 is wiped out, and Netshoes Miners also wiped out. And now Noda trying to use the grenade launcher to find some kills, to find some safe place for them to run. Loud still ain't got no kills, still with 999 kills. And Kronos trying to use himself the med kits. We have Barrowbox back on the lobby. And Loud will fight with only 3 players right now. We have 8 teams remaining because 4 were wiped out. We have B4 fighting against Team Liquid as well. And K1 searching for a few players. The FURIA team is shut down by Iago. And Team Liquid is also back on the lobby. While we have a player from SS Esports down on the floor. It might be the kill number 1000 for Loud. They got a player down for SS Esports, but Brabox and Kronos are back on the lobby. They might not engage into this fight, and they might not get the finishing from the player of the SS Esports team that is engaging against INTZ into another fight right by their side. INTZ doing a great job fighting SS Esports and also Team Liquid, but Team Codasolid getting a nice win in a fight against Nitroxx Top10, while Boot On and MTS doing amazing jobs with the grenades. But now MTS is down because of the safe zone. We have only 4 teams remaining and the safe shrinking. We are getting close to the end, but Noda is on the floor. Iago doing an amazing job eliminating Noda. We have only K1 remaining. Will Loud not get to the 1000th kill in this match? It seems that they will not, because Butch On is still alive and coming from behind. Codasolid team is wiped out because Pão got eliminated by Juan. And now K1 trying to find the kill. Will it be right now? Lobato with the grenade launcher. Stopping out. And it's Booyah before. What a game by Iago with the sniper rifle. And we found Lobato with the grenade launcher to finish the game and give the 12 points to B4 Carol.
Exactly, Marcelo. You said that right. It is a booyah for the B4 team, and we can see right now the players cheering of that first booyah. And actually the second booyah in Purgatory, they already got 2 booyahs in Bermuda, the second one in Purgatory. But I don't know if you know, but they never got any booyah in Kalahari. But the most important thing here today, right now, in the whole LBFF, it is to get a booyah, right? And right now, they already got 4 booyahs in their baggage. Well done. 4 before that hanging in their points in their table. We saw that last week they got improvement and they climbed a little bit more in our table. And so well done with the second booyah in Purgatory and the first one today.
The first one today, and a match that happened way too quickly for us to take the lead on the casting, because we had the early fight between Team Liquid and Corinthians, and then at the 12-minute mark, the 15-minute mark, the game got way too crazy for us to keep on. And we had the B4 team scoring 18 points, but SS Esports, led by Butt on once again, scoring 14 points, and Corinthians with only 2 points. That decreases the difference on the top of the rankings for only 12 by 12 points. And now SS Esports is on their way to lead the rankings, Carol. They are on their way to lead the rankings. We have the rankings updated right now for you guys to see. It's only 12 points of difference, Carol.
Between SS and Corinthians.
It's a booyah.
Wow. It is definitely a booyah, because I was about to talk about that before got a booyah with 6 points for killing and an amount of points of 18 points. And we like to watch the booyahs with 20 plus points, right? It is more exciting because we see that the teams come more aggressive, but it is definitely one booyah away for SS Sports to get in the top, to steal the points for Corinthians. They're starting very bad today. They didn't start with the right foot. But finally Loud, in the other hand, reached the 200 market points here.
They didn't reach the 1,000 kills, and we got focused on Loud because we wanted to have that 1,000, that kill number 1,000 recorded on tape for us to enjoy that moment for a long time. But it didn't come in this game. That Loud team tried to play the safe game, but they ended up in the middle of the battlefield between 3 or 4 teams right there, right, Carol?
Exactly, but they actually had a very good position, and they would bother, like you said, for the other teams around them, and which show us the difference between how they were last week, because last week their first booyah in Purgatorio, they were in the middle of the safe, of course, and they managed to defend their position. They were taking down each one of the teams that were coming from them, and here today they were having a little bit of a hard time. But I'm pretty much sure this is the first round. We wasn't expected a booyah from before, but we should always have be prepared for unexpected things, right, Marcelo?
And we have to focus a little bit more on B4, because they are the second team leading the ranking in booyahs right now with 4 booyahs. Only SS Esports have more booyahs than them with 6 booyahs, amazing 6 booyahs for SS Esports right now. And the B4 team is joining the top 5. They are getting to the top of the rankings, and we have to focus a little bit more on the game that they're doing. Juan and Lobato coming from Santos from last year and now taking over the starting lineup for B4. They are doing an amazing job when it's not about Kalahari. If we talk about Kalahari, I will get mad, and we will get to watch Kalahari right after our break, but they will not engage against Santos. Let's see if they will get to the oil rig, to the refinery, and start their game like they want to, because it's not going on well for them, and now we have to keep eyes open towards before, but we have to keep...
of course. Can I just say something very quickly?
Please.
Like last weekend, we had Santos having a good week because before we're not engaged with them. So this goes the same for before, right?
So let's take a quick break right now for us to just swallow all that information, and we will bring more information and more Free Fire for you in just a minute.
So stay tuned.
God puts Gus on the floor, but Rafa X, he's been a crazy man on the grenades. He puts the whole team from FURIA out. Go B for Rafa X.
Told you guys it was only 1 minute, and we are back for the next map of the Free Fire Brazilian League, the LBFF Season 5. Carol, we are heading to Kalahari, and what do you have to say about Kalahari, the desert?
So take your jacket off because Kalahari, it is a desert and it is very hot. Not as hot as things we have been expecting to watch here today, right, Marcelo? So let's see if in Kalahari you're going to watch maybe FURIA. Who you're betting in Kalahari, Marcelo?
I like the FURIA gameplay in Kalahari, but I want to see more of before coming out of the refinery. They will drop to refinery right now, and we are going to see the players from inside their game houses preparing for this match, and I expect to see a better game from before in Kalahari because they have a nice drop call. That refinery is a central place inside the map, and now we have the cameras from Group C, FURIA players with the maps on the table for them to study the maps.
And it is Kalahari.
It's Kalahari right now. Definitely, that's a nice virtual table helping themselves, and before also with the boards with the maps on the back.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that details from the game houses, right, Carol?
Yes, and actually it's good for us because I'm always curious to see their preparation, the code's preparation, and it is good also that they have a room only for that, you know. And like we saw on FURIA team, they got even on the table where they set themselves to play so they can have a better visualization of that. But of course, each one of them have different kind of preparation. As we saw, Nitroxx Top10 were praying before starting the game. So my preparation right now for Kalahari map, it is only to drink some water, get some popcorn, and stay calm before I have a heart attack, Marcelo.
And we have to say that there are some teams that need to show up better, that we expected more in Kalahari, but what I was expecting just happened, Carol. Just happened.
What is that?
We are clear to take off. Let's go to Kalahari. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R7D2, heading straight to Kalahari Desert. I am your captain, Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot, Carol Bombshell. Invite you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, cause it's time to drop, Carol!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, so welcome to the beautiful and hot desert of Kalahari. Let's keep our eyes very open for the before team, what they're going to do in the refinery once they don't have Santos, but the other teams know about their drop call. But especially, let's keep our eyes very open for Loud Empty Liquid, because right now, Marcelo, they have a personal confrontation over the 1,000 kills.
And Carol, it's funny for us to see that before, knowing that Santos won't be in the game, they spread themselves around the refinery, and they are trying to gather better loot before they take over the refinery. And we have the teams all spread around the map. We don't have initial confrontations. We don't have the teams going after each other right at the beginning of the game, right?
And Kalahari, if we have this 10, this probably we have, but Kalahari, it is the map that we most got our first blood in with probably less than 5 minutes. But once the competition is getting a little bit far from the beginning, going directly to the end, the teams trying to adopt a strategy to keep calm, to stay safe, keep a low profile, unless you get in the same drop call as the other team, like we saw, like we watched it in our first match today, Corinthians and Team Liquid. But also, when things are getting to the late stage of LBFF, the teams come from each other. But things starting slow here today, Marcelo.
The things are starting slow for this Kalahari game. We know that Kalahari is a big map, and the teams are well spread away from each other, and they are trying to gather the better loot that they can have. We see that Loud comes with the same the same lineup with Kawan, Noda, Brabox, and Kronos to try and get the kill number 1000 for them in LBFF, and Team Liquid is trying to ruin that party, right, Carol?
Team Liquid, it is definitely as they should, because I want to be also the first team to get 1000 kills, because this is going to be historic for any one of the team to get the mark of 1000. But I'm pretty much sure Loud can rely a little bit on that, because if they can get at least one single kill, they will reach this mark. And I was very much sure they will get in the first round today, but sadly they went back to the lab with 0 points for killing Marcelo. Is that a kind of a curse? Are they being cursed right now?
I was going to ask you if you maybe just see that if they are nervous, if that's making them nervous, Carol.
That's a little bit of a pressure in their back, so probably, because imagine when you really want something to happen and things don't go in your favor, you know, and probably this kind of pressure on them right now, it's giving them a little bit of more
frustration,
work.
right?
Yes, frustration.
Building up,
Oh,
but now we have FURIA
1000.
going against Kronos. Did it! Kronos just did it! We have the kill number 1000 for Loud! Kronos is the name of the game! He gets the kill number 1000, and let's throw up the L, cause Loud is the first team to reach the mark! Kronos, finally, my guy, you did it all! You just needed to do this last 1000 kill for Loud, and you finally got it! Noda is now on the floor while they fight FURIA. God puts also Brabox on the floor, and now they try to eliminate the players from FURIA from down below, but there's a player from out already back to the lobby, while Team Codasolid fights the Netshoes Miners team, and now God well positioned trying to fight that fight from above, and 1-9 going after Noda and getting the elimination. FURIA trying to wipe out Loud as of right now. Kronos from way behind, and Bone doing an amazing job eliminating the whole Netshoes Miners team.
what the heck?
Bone getting the triple kill. And Team Codasolid getting points for eliminations right now. They needed those points, Carol, while we have K1 also trying to find Memgod on the top of that mountain. Memgod uses the ice to protect himself from the shots coming in from Kronos. From below Kronos, the man of the 1000 kills.
And the Loud team, they are very spread right now. 3 of their players are alive, but I can only see Kronos and K1, so I'm asking myself now what they're going to be their strategy, because FURIA team, it's a little bit of trouble.
But K1 finds the kill with the shotgun towards Memgod. Memgod was doing an amazing job, and now it's 2-on-2. Now Loud can fight this fight, Carol.
1000
And one.
1.
Let's go for the 2000 right now. Only 998 points left for Loud to get to the 2000 kills. I got a little...
No, you're good.
My throat got dry. Sorry.
You're good. You're the best one around here, but not more best than Loud. They already got 1000 kills and over FURIA team. And I said that I was betting on FURIA team, so I maybe won the kiss of death, because I brought a little bit of bad luck for FURIA, starting saying that they got the best performance here in Free Fire Brazilian League, in Kalahari specifically.
And maybe it's not like they say. They are used to say it's FURIA Day, and maybe it is not FURIA Day, right, Carol? They are not getting to the best results that we are used to see this FURIA squad. But now Kronos being shot by Juan. He didn't expect before in the refinery. How can you not expect before in the refinery?
How can you not?
Please, Kronos. Please!
Yeah.
Before is in the refinery. If it's not before, Santos is in the refinery. There is always someone in the refinery.
There is always someone in the refinery, and I'm gonna copy Marcelo because this is obvious. This is kind of obvious right now. It is the third week of Free Fire Brazilian League, and the players should know about that. They should know better. But what they know better is that Kawan and Kronos once again, it is the duo that is alive for a Loud team, and we can kind of trust them to get into at least a good position in the late stages of the game, because we haven't watched that Kronos. It is a very good assistance in the Loud team, but also Kawan is work very good in the front line.
Kawan, one of the player that is leading Loud in kills as of right now for the season, but they need to get DRS development mindset. There is always money on the banana stand. There is always someone in the refinery. Never forget it. Never forget it. Now we have INTZ going against God Unidas. They might engage into this fight. God Unidas trying to find the high ground to get the advantage, to get this fight going on for them. And Arruda with the revolver over there. The scoped revolver over there. Just rotating.
And in a Clash Royale battle, you can get a great damage with the revolver. The M500 is the name of the revolver, and it is get great damage. But I don't think he's going to fight with the one today, because these guys, they know how to manage big guns around here.
They know how to manage it. They know how to manage it.
But I'm kind of bored, Marcelo. I want to see the blood. I want to see the fight. You know, I'm a girl. I'm a kind of vampire. I really like the taste of blood. And I want to see, I mean, things that we already expected for Loud already happened. So let's change a little bit of our CD and go for maybe Team Liquid that is always almost reaching the mark of 1,000 kills today.
Would you say that you're Isabella Swan of Free Fire?
Yes, I am. Call me Isabella Swan of Free Fire.
Isalina Swan.
Carol Swan.
Carol Swan. And now we have the players from God needing to reposition themselves and going ahead of Ethel. They are way too close, and now the danger zone inside the gas might turn this fight into a battlefield. Italo inside the temple, now trying to run away from God team, and now we might engage into this fight because the God players know that INTZ is really close and they need to reposition themselves to fight inside the gas and inside the danger zone. And Lucas Esquen is the first player to be targeted by God Unidas. We have Guerra trying to find Miguel on the top of the mountain, but he cannot leave the cover, because he will be targeted by the other player from God. The grenades coming in. Italo trying to find the rush, trying to find the last players from God Unidas from behind. But Miguel does an amazing job and puts a bullet in Aranha's head and sends Aranha back to the lobby. Now Guerra with the grenade. Go be Guerra! 2 players down by the grenades from Guerra. Italo coming in. He's close to Mike. He tries to put Mike on the ground, and he's not able because Miguel gets not close. Mike is on the floor, but Miguel trying to save the team, trying to save the last players, but God Unidas is back on the lobby. And look at what SS Esports is doing against Loud. They send Loud all the way back to the lobby. Guerra with the 4 kills, saving INTZ against God Unidas. And he will have to use the pad to reposition to inside the safe zone. And now we have 2 teams wiped out, Carol. That was an insane fight by INTZ, Carol.
That was definitely an insane fight by INTZ, especially because they are down to 1 player. And the player that got the 4 kills, of course, all the glories and the highlights go for him, the insta player of INTZ, which is kind of sucks for him because right now he has to manage to stay alive.
But who has to manage their lives is FURIA, because SS Esports are coming with blood on their eyes. They already got 2 kills, 1 for Jubin and 1 for MTS. And now Phoenix trying to support the advance for the team with boot on already inside the house. He's trying to flank the players from above, and now he has the placement to do it. He knows 1-9 is right by their side, and he gets the first player down. INTZ also back to the lobby, and Boot on once again, finishing one player. That's 1-9. While Jubinha gets eliminated as well. Nice job by BLGod putting another player down for SS Esports, but that was not enough for him. SS Esports wipes out FURIA in the 8th place. We have only 7 teams remaining. The fight is going on. Team 1 trying to find a better positioning right now, while B4 finds the triple kills with the grenades. R7 doing the miracles for B4, but Juan is sent back to the lobby to fight against Team Liquid, but MTS gets the head of Pedro, and Team Liquid is wiped out in the 7th place. We now have only 6 teams remaining. Team 1, Team Codasolid, Corinthians, Nitroxx Top 10, Team 1, and who is the last team remaining? Did I say SS Esports? I don't know if I said SS Esports. I said Corinthians, but I don't know if I said SS Esports. And B4, they are fighting each other. They are on top of each other right now. And SS Esports with only 3 players remaining, but 5 kills. They are still leading the rankings in kills for the season. They have the most kills, but B4 is still in the refinery. For the love of God, leave that place.
Exactly. So right now they are going to have a very hard time to climb down, and they are going to be easy targets for the players.
They are being easy targets, but the Nitroxx Top 10 team gets the squad wipe. No, SS Phoenix saves the day, and he wipes out Cody just by himself. What is he doing? He's a madman. He wiped out 2 squads at once. He's a madman. Nitroxx Top 10 still fighting the last 2 players from Team 1 who are trying to use the grenades, but SS Esports is finally down in the 2nd place. We have 2 teams remaining, Nitroxx Top 10, and is it Team Codasolid? Is it the newcomers closing the round?
Team 1 against Nitroxx.
It's Team 1, it's Team 1. We have 1 more player from Team 1, it's Bruno. He's on the windows, and Drizzy fights the Kilo Romeo. And Bruno is back on the lobby. We still have a team remaining. Is it Team Codasolid, Carol? I don't know who is it. JHZZ fell down, and now he will need to be brought up. It's Drizzy from Team 1, the last player remaining. He's hiding behind the antenna. What a genius play by Drizzy. Shine is trying to come in. Romeo will fall to the ground and take lots of damage. Drizzy is coming over to him, but he will not be able because Shine is doing the backup. So it's Booyah! Nitroxx Top 10! Look at the emotion from those guys! Look at that hype! Nitroxx Top 10 gets the Booyah! A nice teamwork from the top of the antenna that has been historically a good positioning in this season. Carol, Nitroxx Top 10 gets the Booyah. The newcomers are dominating, Carol.
And thank you so much for all our staff to let us watch the players once they get the Booyahs, especially because Nitroxx Top 10, they are newcomers here, and it is so good to meet the guys. They are doing an amazing work, and between the Team Codasolid and Nitroxx Top 10, they are both came all the way from the 2nd division of Free Fire Brazilian League. Nitroxx Top 10 is having the best results, and they got their Booyah, the first Booyah here today in this round. Well done, Marcelo, because like you said, they kept the calm. They were safe in the top of the antenna, and it was really good. But I was fearing for them because Team 1, once they climbed down, the last player of Team 1 could kill which one of them. And Marcelo, I just want to talk about SS Esports right now. How many points they were away?
They were 12 points away from Corinthians. They got 7 points. Corinthians got 7 points, and they closed the gap to only 4 points, Carol. SS Esports trying to get to the top of the rankings, 4 points behind Corinthians, still leading the rankings in kills, but Nitroxx Top 10 getting close to the top 5 as well, as so did the B4 squad. They got 12 points once again. They were in the top 5, and they are closing the gap, Carol.
Yes, definitely. And about before, it is also good to see them in our top 5 here today, right? Because they started the day getting a booyah, and right now they managed to keep themselves in at least in the top 5, in the 4th place, of course. But our MVP for this last match was Guerra, who got the squad wipe over Team Codasolid. Is that right? Was no God,
No, it
God,
was
sorry, it was God Unidas. So well done, but not well done for God Unidas, who finished the match with only 1 point for killing.
But we have to talk about this consistency from the SS Esports team. They are playing an aggressive game. They are trampling whoever is in their space, and we have to talk about Phoenix wiping out 2 teams at the same time.
Right.
Alone, all by himself, keeping himself alive and wiping out 2 teams at once. But on still doing an amazing job. MTS also getting kills. This squad is, it seems like everyone is able to kill at will, right, Carol?
And I was just checking here, the players MTS and Buton in this last match, MTS got 5 points for killing and Buton 4 points. So they are leading probably right now our MVP ranking, and it is really good. So let's check this out, Marcelo.
Buton was 5 points behind Mamute, so we may check this out right now. He is 1 point behind Mamute. He's only 1 point behind Mamute, and MTS got to 45 kills as of right now. We have Memgad closing in to the rankings, getting to the top 5. He was making it rain in the beginning of this match. He was getting kills and kills. South Bay for him. He was getting kills and kills, and Nobru is getting left behind, but Nobru also have less matches played, has less maps played, since he plays tomorrow and on Monday. But on getting to the top 3, Carol.
And God once again appearing in our MVP list, but of course MTS and Boot on, they are doing an amazing job. And let's point it out that in the past 2 seasons, SS have been changing their squad, their players, and this season again it is a totally different squad. The only remaining is MTS. He's the only remaining in the SS Sports team, and I don't know what is that, if it is the coach, if it is the whole staff, or if it is MTS that brings such a luck for the SS Sports team.
Not only luck, but hard work. We know that the teams prepare their strategies, and it seems that this aggressiveness from SS Esports is well studied. It's well strategized, and they play the aggressive game because it's their nature to do so. And then they are finding some amazing results with that aggressiveness. But on is such an aggressive player, and I'm enjoying to watch But on play. But I'm also enjoying to watch the closeness of the rankings of the schedule. We have to check this out right now, because SS Esports is only 4 points behind Corinthians. And look at B4, Carol. B4 is in the top 3, Carol.
I can believe my eyes to see B4 in their position, Marcelo. I can definitely, but
just check this out, Carol. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Go.
Netshoes Miners, in the 10th place, has 205 points. The 3rd place before has 227, and it's only 22 points apart. I mean, Netshoes Miners might get to the top 3 with 1 booyah. If B4 is the first team out and they get a booyah with, 10 kills, they tie with B4. So from the 3rd place to the 10th place, everything is all mixed up.
Yes, well noticed, because it's good to have this kind of analysis about the points between even the ones that are getting very in the bottom of our table, and it is really possible also for God Unidas, Team 1 to reach the mark of 200 points, but they have to work really hard for that, as much before have been doing that. They were having hard times against Santos, who also last week have a really great performance. Tomorrow they will come and play, and they were having this personal confrontation with Loud for the position in the table. But right now, Nitroxx, Santos and Loud, they are probably will come for each other in the next matches days. But of course, seeing before so good in our table right now, it is amazing for me because they have also did a few changes in their squad for this season.
And Carol, I have to point out that that position change for Loud, that getting to the 7th place, is a little misleading for the games that they are playing today. They are not having a good day. They got the 1000th kill, but they are having a misleading placement in the tables because they are not having a good day. They got 2 kills for this match. They did not get a good positioning. They finished off with only a few points scored in Kalahari. Once again, they didn't get points for killing in Purgatory, so this might be an alarming day for Loud. But we will check this out in just a minute because we have to take the lubrication back to our throats. Second player on the top, it's Lost 21. He is definitely lost, and he is down and on the ground. Drax uses the shotgun with the headshot against Leal. He puts Leal down. Black 0-0 downs Nicholas, and Kaique will not survive. Kaique will not make it, and Metagaming will have a point scored.
What?
What? Drax, what did you do?
No way.
What did Drax do? He got the triple kill with the grenade and the shotgun. Unbelievable, Drax! You are definitely out.
One time left, right, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night.
We are back. We are back. We are back for the 3rd map. And so we start the day with all this hype because I'm well hyped for the 4 remaining matches for today, Carol. We have the first Bermuda for the day, and then 1 more Purgatory, 1 more Kalahari, and 1 more Bermuda. Are you ready, Carol?
I'm definitely ready, especially because we already reached the mark of 1,000 kills for Loud, but Team Liquid is around the corner, getting in there super close, my friend, and they will probably get that today, especially because we know that even though Team Liquid is not in a very good position right now, they found themselves in the I think in 14th position in our table, if I'm not mistaken, but they have a very aggressive game, so we can trust in Team Liquid. We trust to get 1,000 kills for sure, Marcelo.
And Carol, I have to point out 2 things. First, Bermuda is the worst map for Corinthians, and SS Esports are only 4 points behind them, and they have a good Bermuda map. And the second thing, we are cleared to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R7D3, heading straight to Bermuda. This is your Captain Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot Carol Bombshell invite you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time, Carol, it's time to drop!
It is indeed time to drop, and we are dropping in the beautiful island of Bermuda map. So, ladies and gentlemen, unbuckle your seatbelts and be ready to watch these fights in Bermuda map. Let's keep our eyes open for FURIA Team Loud that were having early confrontations, but also for Team Liquid, they are about to get 1,000 kills, and for those teams, they're having really hard times to engage in this map. But Marcelo, SS Sports have the opportunity in this map right now to steal the first place of Corinthians. Is that possible?
Is it a possibility? Yes, it is. Will it happen? We will
don't know.
see. We don't know, and we will see. But we have the teams all spread out. We probably won't have any starting confrontations, any early confrontations, because we have the teams really far away from each other. We have Team Liquid in Hunan Village trying to gather their loots, trying to find out some good weaponing, maybe doing a little break dancing contest between themselves, because they will not engage into a fight right now, right?
Yeah.
What would you do, Carol, if you were far away from everyone else inside this map, with all the loot you needed, if you did not have to worry about loot, and you were all alone by yourself in this map? What would you do? What would be your loneliness ritual?
Well, I will first order some drinks. I will go to get some sun, vitamin D in the beach, and just living my best life, Marcelo.
Rimnam Village is a place to live your best life, right?
It is. That's exactly what Team Liquid is doing right now. And actually, they got the best place in the map, because I don't know if you are aware, but the blue zone got the best loot.
The best loot. And now we have a possible, but far possibility of happening a fight between B4 and INTZ over there. It seems that will not happen. The clock tower is always a place that we have confrontations going on, but it doesn't seem that it will help. It will happen. But now, please, by the minds of the Carol Bombshell player, not the Carol Bombshell analyst, what would be your rotation in this situation, Carol?
If I were in the same position as Team Liquid?
Maybe Team... We have Bobs coming in for God Unidas, for Arruda.
Yeah, I was about to talk serious right now about my rotation. So basically, let me use an example as Team Liquid. If I were in a place with a good loot...
Ooh, we have rotations going on. Brabox gets the first kill. K1 puts the first player down. It's the first blood from K1, and we have Loud going against the whole team from Team 1, and VM10 is down on the floor. Noda gets the kill, and there's just one player remaining for Team 1. Loud trampled Team 1. They got in way too quickly, and Team 1 wasn't ready. The shipyard is Loud's, and now they have the place all for themselves, because Azai is taking off with the pad.
And he's probably going to face off at some point with FURIA team that also have a kind of a rotation in Observatory and Graveyard as well.
And now we might have Juan facing off against o Trem. O Trem, baby!
O Trem, baby.
That's... O Trem knows of this B4 team rotation. He knows he's getting trampled by Iago, and he will get to inside the factory if he can. He uses the shield, he uses the ice. He didn't need to use both, but he used both of them to keep himself alive and gets back inside the factory. But now B4 knows that Netshoes Miners are inside the factory, but they are taking off. B4 will take displacement from Netshoes Miners. They will play the safe game inside the factory, Carol.
And that's the second time we haven't watched Netshoes Miners taking off of a battle, and that's actually a wise choice for them, because right now they are in the 10th place. They are trying to breathe and to get enough points to be in a good position in the table right now. So I think there was a very wise choice for them to take off right now, as much they did in the first round in Purgatorio and Kalahari as well.
And now, before using the ice to climb to the top of the factory, to get to the roof of the factory where they have the positioning with the high ground. But is the safe zone closing for them, Carol?
Well, at this point, answering your question, if I were in a good place with a good loot, I will only worry to see what is going to be the next safe zone. So before They went to Clock Tower, and they probably they already know the next safe zone, and they imagine as they study at home with their coach where the next safe zone will shrink. So I will only worry about to get the best of the best position for the late stage of the game. So I will get enough loot and equipment to fight, but also to stay in a good place.
The
in the safe
grenades
zone.
are coming in from Nitroxx Top10. I'm so sorry to interrupt because we might have the fight inside the factory. That's a dangerous place. You can get yourself entangled to the machinery inside the factory. Should not fight inside there, guys. But now we have those guys fighting inside a factory. And before going after Nitroxx Top10, using the ice barriers to find themselves with better protection. But Victor using the grenades to try to get the kills. But Team Liquid is also getting to the factory. Carol, we might have a war zone inside the factory. The grenade puts Lobato to the ground. Kobe by Victor. He puts the first player down and he's going after the kill. He gets Lobato back to the lobby. Nice job by Victor. Nitroxx Top10 gets the first point by killing. And they now have to worry about Team Liquid that probably heard the gunfire coming from inside the factory, and they are coming with their aims high. And now they are closing in the gap, trying to avoid the B14, the Nitroxx Top10 leaving the factory, and now they are playing for the fight. Pedro using the sniper rifle, trying to find the kills on Chineus over there, but Nitroxx Top10 leaving with some kind of ease the factory, right, Carol? They did not have many trouble to leave the factory.
Yeah, they didn't, and that was actually also a wise choice from them, because you cannot engage in a fight with more than one team. So right now it's good for them to have a great position to defend their position in the factory. That probably is going to be one of the safe zones.
And we have the fight going on between Netshoes Miners and Corinthians. Gelo getting lots and lots of damage from a grenade, but Corinthians already have a kill against the player from Netshoes Miners. It was not Natividade. Cebolinha and Train are also there. They get one player down from Netshoes Miners, and they are trying to take Poshinok from Netshoes Miners.
Yeah, and Netshoes Miners, the team that avoid a little bit of fight against B4 in the factory. Once again, maybe they will engage with Corinthians, but it looks like they are taking off, Marcelo.
They are taking off once again, but Corinthians is chasing after, and Corinthians wants the kills. They want the points. They were not having a good day in the first maps, and now they are trying to engage this fight against Netshoes Miners. O Train taking off way too quickly from Ousado over there. He turned on the flash mode and just jumped away from Ousado, but Ousado coming in took lots and lots of damage. That was not a good fight for Ousado, and maybe Netshoes Miners will engage into this fight. Finally, they stopped running. They were tired of running, and they will use their weapons. We see Zenak trying to find a better position to use that sniper rifle and get the support to the Corinthians team, but it seems that Corinthians will not take off, Carol.
And I mean, Corinthians, they need more than points right now to keeping getting away of SS Sports, because SS Sports, they are fighting really heavy over that. But if we can compare Netshoes Miners to Nitroxx Top10, Nitroxx Top10 finished the last match having a Booyah, being the winners, and Netshoes Miners are having bad results so far.
But look at what happened right now, Carol. Netshoes Miners escaped from Corinthians and fell on the SS Sports trap. If they get the squad wipe against Netshoes Miners, they will be only 2 points behind Corinthians.
Yeah, and Netshoes Miners, they are really zero confidence here today. That's the difference between them and Nitroxx Top10. That came also for a battle between Team Liquid and before in the factory. But it is good news for SS Sports for sure if they get points for killing, Marcelo.
They need those points for killing. If they wipe out the Netshoes Miners team, they will be only 2 points away from Corinthians in the rankings, and they might engage in a fight against Corinthians as well, that were closing in against the Netshoes Miners team, but it seems that SS Esports might end up sandwiched by Unidas.
And I would love to watch a battle between SS Sports and Corinthians. It is always so good to watch the best teams fighting against each other, but it looks like the danger will make...
I've been through the danger zone.
Oh, well, and looks like maybe the danger zone will give SS Sports a little bit of a hard time, but also God. So let's see if the danger zone will score some points in LBFF today.
I bet the mysterious voice wants that. I've been through the danger zone. I got to apologize to our viewers. They do not deserve this. I'm sorry for you all.
And Marcelo, we don't know a lot of things here, but one thing we know that the worst team in LBFF in the Bermuda map, it is FURIA. And where is FURIA right now?
FURIA is sleeping in this map. They are not engaging into fights. They are not playing the risky game. They're trying to keep themselves alive because they did not have good results. And now we have finally FURIA going for the match. We asked for them, but the first player is already sleeping as well. The drone was shot down by a player from FURIA. And look at what R7 is doing with the grenades, putting 3 players from Liquid to the ground. Now he's trying to finish off the whole Team Liquid squad from the top of the factory. Nice job by R7 holding their position on the top of the factory.
And we have seen that teams have been doing good work in the top of the factory. Of course, they split themselves in duos, 2 inside of the factory and 2 in the top. So this is probably a good position for B-Force, but they will have a hard time to climb down because the safe zone is in Poshnak right now, Marcelo.
The safe zone is in Poshnak. Corinthians will have a good placement. SS Sports already is trying to rotate, but they might be sandwiched by Team Codasolid. That's always playing the safe zone closeness. And now we have the fight going on between Corinthians and INTZ for that spot inside Poshnak. Corinthians using the Hodor strategy that put them in the first place. And now Gelo with the grenade putting Italo down, and Zenak also using the sniper rifle to find the kill. Gelo using the grenade to finish off, but nice car shot by Aranha, putting Ousado to the ground. Zenak also gets the first kill on the INTZ player. Aranha still remaining, still standing, but he will go down, and INTZ. What's going on with INTZ? One day they have an amazing day, and on the other they have a awful day, as they are having today. A bad day for INTZ, going out on the 12th place. First squad wipe with 14 minutes of play in this match. Now we have Loud going against Nitroxx Top10. Kronos gets lots and lots of damage by a grenade that's blown off on his face. And K1 finally getting to the side of Nitroxx Top10, leading the rush against Nitroxx Top10 for Loud. We have the players taking off from Nitroxx Top10, trying to find a better positioning, but Chinese is on the floor, and he will be back on the lobby because Kronos found out the kill. MVR putting Iago down, and now we have Noda finishing the JHZZ, and FURIA is sent back to the lobby in the 11th place with no points for placement. Nitroxx Top10 also gets back to the lobby because Noda got the triple kill. 7 kills for Loud. Finally, Loud is back on the server, and Team Liquid fighting the B4 squad and fighting also the Unidas squad. We have SS Esports trying to find their first kill and trying to close the distance to Corinthians. Jubinha, MTS trying to find a kill. Quadra kill by Miguel over there, but Mike is down on the floor because of the safe zone. And now we have Train finding the kill on Minuzzi, stealing the kill from SS Esports, and B4 is finally down. Team Liquid also down. Loud with 9 kills, doing an amazing rush job. They still have all 4 players remaining. We have 6 teams with 20 players, so we have teams that are with less than 4 players, like we just saw Netshoes Miners, and Boots on going on to try and fight Natividade on its own. We have Jubinha helping MTS up over there. The SS Esports team probably trying to break the ice to reach the Netshoes Miners team. They have the numbers advantage, but they don't have the positioning advantage because Netshoes Miners are already inside the house and they have the better positioning right there. We have Phoenix and Jubinha leading the charge right now because MTS is on the top floor trying to find the Netshoes Miners players. They are on the floor number 2 and maybe jumping out from the balcony. And we have Jubinha watching this and Team Codasolid coming from behind as we expected. As we expected, the players from Team Codasolid coming from behind, and MTS just saw it and might have saved, and he might have saved the whole SS squad because he didn't need to fight a Team Codasolid, an incoming Team Codasolid, and he saw Cebolinha going away. Azai goes down for the safe zone, and now we have only 5 teams remaining. SS Esports, Corinthians, Team Codasolid, Loud, and Netshoes Miners, the 5 teams remaining.
The time for the truth is coming, Marcelo.
It's the time for the truth, definitely. Carol, we now have the fight going on between Netshoes Miners. MTS trying to keep himself alive. He pulls the shotgun, but Butch On gets to the place. Natividade gets the kill on MTS, and Butch On might be the one trying to save the whole squad. Train is on the floor. Butch On gets the kill on Train, and Noda gets Quali to the ground with the grenade. We have now 3-on-2 for SS Esports, but he didn't find the kill, and Cebolinha eliminates him inside the house, but he goes down for the safe zone. Natividade, the only player remaining for Netshoes Miners. He will be wiped out by Phoenix with a nice flick shot with the sniper. The SS Esports gets down because Osado is a god. He uses the grenade launcher and puts 3 players down. K1 puts Spawn down with the shotgun. 3 teams remaining. 2 teams remaining because Codasolid is now wiped out. Corinthians might help themselves for one more match in the lead. Osado with the grenade launcher gets 1 more kill, but Bravox brings it back. Loud against Corinthians. Hazuri trying to find the kills. Gelo puts Bravox to the floor, and Loud is wiped out, so it's Booyah! Corinthians! Salve o Corinthians! They needed that squad wipe so badly. They needed the booyah even more badly, and they got it. They got lots of kills, they got the booyah, and they still got the lead, Carol.
And this is the first booyah of Corinthians in Bermuda map right now. Corinthians and SS Sports are the only teams who have got booyahs in each one of the maps this season. So well done for Corinthians, especially well done because they are opening a bigger gap ahead of SS Sports right now that were very close of them in our table. So Corinthians, they came very silent in the third round in Bermuda map. Marcelo started the round saying that Bermuda is not one of the best maps for Corinthians, but they prove you wrong, Marcelo, with this booyah.
They proved me wrong. They were the 8th team in the rankings for the Bermuda map, and now they got the booyah, and they got 11 kills, Carol. They used their hold our strategy, they stood their ground, and they kept themselves alive till the end of the game against a Loud that was having an amazing match as well.
Of course. In Loud, they needed these points to get points, different advantage ahead of the other teams that were in a tie, because Santos were in a tie with, Loud was in a tie with Santos, and if I'm not mistaken, Team Codasolid. We will check that in our standings. Yeah, in our standings. But was actually a good start for Loud here today.
And it's nice for us to see Corinthians with 23 points, Loud with 21, and SS Esports in the 3rd place with only 10 points. So Corinthians got a 13-point lead from a 17-point total lead against SS Esports, since they were 4 points ahead. 4 plus 13, 17 points ahead of SS Esports. A nice map by Corinthians right now. They stood their ground. They took the teams coming to inside the safe zone. They got lucky in the placement of the safe zone. They got to the center of the safe zone way too early in the game and could play the hold the door game that they use.
and you know what? Corinthians is having a very good start this season in Free Fire Brazilian League. They are reaching almost. They are in the. They are knocking in the door to reach the points for the 300 points. Sorry. Because in the past season we got the best beginnings for Team Liquid, before FURIA, and right now maybe it is the time of their life. It is the time of their life.
And Corinthians just can't kill anymore. They are killing lots and lots, and we have to see what that how that reflects on the standings, on the rankings. For right now, Corinthians knocking on 300 points door, getting to 298 points. SS Esports got to 281 points, but they lost that closeness that they had against Corinthians. They were 4 points behind Corinthians before that map, and now they are 17 points, and Corinthians gets also to the second place in the number of booyahs for the season with 4 booyahs. SS Esports still leading in kills, still leading in booyahs, but look at Loud, Carol. We were saying that Loud was misleading us with the 7th place. Now they are in 4th place with a nice Bermuda map. They got to the 4th place, and now that's not misleading anymore, because they did have a good map played for the day.
And I knew it. I knew that for the first match from last weekend in the Purgatory, when Loud got their first booyah in Purgatory with a 27 points, I knew from that moment that Loud would come back. They will rise from the ashes and be back.
On our grave.
They will be back in the game, right, Marcelo? Because this is the kind of style that we expected from Loud, as much we expected from Fluxo team that we're going to watch tomorrow, that I'm pretty much sure they will also fight over the top 5 at least. But these are things that we already predicted that would happen for teams like Loud and SS Sports, that keeping getting good beginnings in LBFF. But right now, Marcelo, they will have to work even harder if they want to reach Corinthians. So they need also a booyah here today, right?
Definitely, they need a booyah. SS Esports, the team that's leading the rankings on booyahs, that were the team that were leading Bermuda in the standings. They were the teams with the most points in Bermuda. They got good points. They got 10 points, but Corinthians wiped them out with 23 points for this match. And so we have the unexpected things going on. Corinthians with a better Purgatory and Kalahari historical, and SS Sports got to shrink that distance in those two maps. And in the map that SS Sports is the leader and Corinthians is not having a good historical, they enlarge the distance way too much, Carol.
Yeah, and this is things that I like to see. I'm not only the fan, I'm not only Bella Swan here that like the blood stuff, but I like to be I like to see unexpected things, you know. I like to be surprised, and that's exactly what Corinthians said, because we have their standings for each map, and Corinthians don't have a very great performance in Bermuda map, and they prove all us wrong when they got this booyah with great points as well. But we are going to start over and head to Purgatory again. Maybe it is the time for Loud to get their booyah.
Maybe it's time for B4 to close the gap against SS
Double
Sports.
booyah. Of course, anything can happen here. And the only thing that we are sure is that we don't have sure of anything, Marcelo.
We're not sure of anything, Carol. Anything can happen, and maybe we have a God Unidas booyah.
Team 1?
Maybe we
Who
have
knows?
Team 1 getting a booyah. The only team that still ain't got a booyah is Team Liquid.
Team Liquid.
They are playing a bit of a messy game right now. They are engaging into fights in the early game, in the mid game, in the late game, and they are not being able to get to the late game actually because of that messy strategy they got right now.
which is kind of funny because they are not the only team that got buoyas. Last season, they were the first team with more buoyas, except that, yeah, they were the teams with more buoyas. But this season, even though with 0 buoyas, they are the second team to are close to reach the mark of 1,000 kills. How odd is that, right?
Historically, an amazing team that is going through a bad slump right now in LBFF Season 5, and we got to say that if Liquid is not having a good moment in LBFF Season 5, there are some guys that are having an amazing moment right now. MTS and Butch on finally 2 players from SSC Esports leading the ranks, Carol.
Yeah, I'm pretty much sure that coach will be very proud right now to see that all their training or their practice have paying off, because right now they are the most valuable players so far. Of course, there's still a lot of weeks to come and more matches to happen, but I'm pretty much sure MTS maybe this season will be very close to get the trophy for MVP, unless Mammoth do something about that, because we already have seen this little one playing around here. And of course, MemGod, who didn't finish it last weekend in the MVP list, right now he's back. Natividad is still playing today, so even though they are very far away, they are also very close of each other, and things can change at any time.
Things can change at any time. We had Mammoth having a blast in the first week and then slowing his pace in the second and third weeks. Maybe tomorrow and Monday he will bring back the first week game, and MTS keeping it steady, doing his job, getting the kills game after game, but on also doing the same job, being so important for SSC Esports, leading the charges, leading the rushes. It's nice to see such a young player getting to the top 2 of the season as of right now. As we reach the halfway of the regular season, we have already reached to the center of the middle of the season. It's nice to see, but on the top of the rankings. But do you know what else is nice, Carol?
I wanna know, Marcelo, what else is nice?
Hydrating is nice.
Oh, I would love that.
Hydrating is
Please.
nice. So let's take 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Let's take 3 minutes so we can hydrate our throats to bring you more of the Free Fire Brazilian League Season 5 action right after our break. Fight is not good for them, and Kaique puts 2 players down for the Pen Gaming team against the Fluxo Nobru once again with the grenade, putting the first player down. Japa BKR, he gets the kill. It might be the 300th one. He puts back 0-0 on the floor once again. He just needs to finish it. Finish it, Japa. Do it. Just do it. And he finishes Rick. We got to the 300 kills for Japa BKR. It's an amazing mark for a player who helped build the community and the championship in Brazil, right, Carol?
And it is now 301 because he got 2 kills over the Pen Game squad. But yes, Marcelo, that's beautifully.
him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night.
We're back live. It only took us 3 minutes to hydrate, to prepare our throats, because we have 3 more maps coming in today. Carol, what are your expectations for those 3 maps?
Well, I've been very wrong about anything that happened today. My only sure of today would be Corinthians. That was something that was expected. But what I'm expecting right now, my great expectation for this next match goes all the way to SS Sports, because I want to see this fight against the top 1. That's what I'm here for. That's why I stand for. Not only for the Bloods, but for the fight. So it would be very good to see them, but also I want to see Team Liquid have the opportunity to get the first Booyah.
I think that's the thing I'm expecting the most, for Team Liquid to get their first Booyah. But we gotta say, Carol, Corinthians and SS Sports. Corinthians reaches SS Sports right now with the status of being the only 2 teams that got Booyahs in all 3 maps. So
Sorry,
Corinthians and SS Sports, they got to SS Sports right now with being the only 2 teams that got Booyahs in all 3 maps. Can that ease Corinthians a little bit to bring back that day that they started way too badly and got a nice Booyah on a map they still haven't got a Booyah yet before, and now they got the Booyah in Bermuda?
Yes, of course. I mean, we learn from our mistakes, right? So that's exactly what Corinthians did. They didn't start with the right foot in LBFF, but they have learned from their mistakes, and they changed their strategy, which it's more important right now. So things that having not working for the teams like Team Liquid that didn't get any Booyah so far, maybe it's because they are adopting a game style that is not welcome for the team anymore. Last season, Corinthians had a really bad season throughout the classifications group, until the finals. So they have come very much prepared this season, and they are betting in different kind of strategies, and so far they are sticking to the one that is working better for them, that is keeping a low profile, breathing.
Holding the door.
Yeah, they are breathing, for the whole game, for the whole match. So it is very good for them to adopt a strategy like that, and the other team should learn from them, right?
They should learn from them. And are we clear to take off? Is that right? Yes, we are clear to take off, so let's see the skies. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R7D4, heading straight to Purgatory. This is your Captain Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot Carol Bombshell invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Carol!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for the second flight to Purgatory map, the second and the last one of today. So I hope you enjoy your stay, because of course most of the teams will not do that.
They will not do that. They will not survive till the end. But we might have Corinthians and Team Liquid engaging into the fight in Marble Works once again. We have FURIA and Unidas also getting close. And look at Corinthians and Team Liquid once again in the same place at Marble Works, getting to the first fight. Lucas took lots of damage. Pedro Ares also getting damage. They must not have health kits to bring their life back to the top, but Peusada is in for Team Liquid. Boss goes out, and now they are with MVR, Lucas, TD, Peusada, and Pedro RS going for this fight against Corinthians. Lucas still unarmed, still looking for weapons to fight against Corinthians, while Zenak has Peusada in their sights. Lucas getting lots of shots, and now Ousado rotating, trying to get the flank from Team Liquid and trying to get to the fight from the side. He's trying to gather some information near the wall over there, and the first blood goes on for Memgod against SS Esports. FURIA and SS Esports also close. Lucas TD trying to get to the watchtower, but he gets wiped out. Ousado gets the kill on him, and now Ousado has its position compromised, but MVR cannot fight against him. He gets the kill with the VSS. Gelo puts Peusada to the floor, and only Pedro RS still remaining. But Ousado knows of his positioning, and maybe Team Liquid will get wiped out. A nice fight by a now confident team of Corinthians. They stood their ground. They took the placement from Team Liquid. Marble Works has an honor, and this honor is Corinthians, Carol.
Corinthians is the king of Marble Works, which it is kind of there it is.
And now we have another fight going on. The newcomers fighting each other. Team Codasolid and Nitroxx Top10 once again in Purgatory, fighting each other for the positioning on the ski lodge over there. And now Vitin trying to hit the shots, but he's not being able. Will they try to close the exits for the ski lodge over there, Carol?
It is a ski lodge for me. It is one of the best calls. I used to go with my squad always for this call, because you can get a full loot for the whole squad, you know, but it's kind of hard when there is another team triggering your call. So Nitroxx should have a plan B for that. But who has a plan B is Team 1, that is bringing VTRX, and Bruno 7 will hit a little bit, will hydrate a little bit.
Yeah, he needs hydration. And now it's important to say that we've been going through this season, the LBFF season 5. So we've seen Team 1 change these players a lot between VN10, Azai, VTRX, and Bruno also getting into this rotation of players. And I believe that VTRX is the player that brings the most consistency to Team 1 when he is in the game. Why keep changing the lineup so much as they have been doing if that doesn't help the team play, if that doesn't help the players getting game rhythm, you know, getting to play more games and to feel the play style from the other teams? Does that help, Carol, to keep changing the players?
I don't think so. I think okay, let's see. In Free Fire, we only can play with 4 players, right? Yeah. So there is always that squad that have a better engagement, a better harmony between them, right? So last season we had the Red Canids team, and they kept change their squad over and over, and they weren't finding good results. So I don't think it is good to keep changing like that, But it feels like I'm not a coach.
Yeah, we're analysts.
We're not coaches, but we are watching this since the very beginning, and we already saw that players have better developments than others, so they should definitely keep the ones they have. Like before team, they haven't changed that much. They always start with Juan, Iago, Lobato, and R7. And they are having good results. Right now, they stand in the 3rd place.
Yeah, they are having good results. Sometimes they change one player situationally, but the chemistry from the team is well kept. Netshoes Miners trying to find themselves the same way. Corinthians not changing lots of players. Esports with the same 4 players for almost all matches. Loud just changing between Brabox and Will. So keeping the core at least is important.
Yes.
But Team 1 is having 3 or 4 players rotating through the whole matches. That hurts a bit of that chemistry in between the players. But now what hurts is the bullets coming in from Juan. He's trying to reach the players from INTZ coming down the hill, and Lobato also doing the front line, but Aranha puts Juan to the ground with a nice headshot. He puts Luan back on the floor, saying, keep quiet, because I am going down the hill and you will respect that. So Juan had to respect because he could not shot because he was down with a headshot, right, Carol?
But INTZ got a lot of guts to climb down the hill, knowing that before would get a few shots against them. So they were very brave, actually.
They were bold.
They were bold. But something that I just want to point it out really quickly about these changings over the teams, especially Team 1, is that sometimes it works for each map, right?
Yeah.
We have seen that, especially in the B4 team, they bring in Kalahari and also in Santos players that have better developments in that specifically map.
Yes, the situational changes are okay, but when you do this map after map after map,
it's tiring, right?
It's tiring, and it's not worthy for the teams because it hurts the chemistry in between the players. Now we have this near fight between B4 and INTZ. The players are trying to find the better placement to maybe reach this fight, Carol. So is it possible that this fight is not going to happen?
I don't think it will. They have few shots, but unless INTZ decides that, because right now I don't think B4 will move from that specifically house. But if I were INTZ, Marcelo, I wouldn't move from that, not by a chance, because they don't stand in a very good place in our table right now. And B4 for sure they would not. That's not the kind of game that's so aggressive. They also adopt the same one as Corinthians for the late stages of the game, getting a better position and great points for the last kills.
Let's see what the rotation brings us, Carol, because we have Nitroxx Top10 maybe finding Loud through their rotation. We have before FURIA and INTZ also close to Netshoes Miners over there. We may have this fight going on right now. Lots and lots of possible fights trying to develop.
It looks like we have tweets.
We have tweets
for us right now. It is in Portuguese though, but you can always you can also use the hashtag LBFF to showing us what you're thinking of this season.
And look at the danger zone getting way too close to the B4 players, but they are inside the house. And Laura saying that in this cold weather in São Paulo, nothing better than a soup and watching LBFF.
I couldn't agree more, Laura.
I wanted a cheese soup. But now we have the fight going on between Nitroxx Top10 and Loud. The fight that we predicted, Carol, is happening right now. Noda trying to hold himself in place and with the help of its teammates, but Shine is going over Brabox and taking it to his face. Brabox using the shotgun to put Shine on the floor, but J8ZZ helping K1 also to lay down a little bit and get a rest. But look at Noda! The grenades from Noda wiping the whole Nitroxx Top10 team! 2 kills for Noda! And he saves Loud in this fight, Carol!
Of course, and I was actually, I don't want to be mean, but I was cheering for Nitroxx Top10 because they are newcomers here. Of course, Loud got the experience, the more harmonic squad, but Nitroxx Top10, they are getting into fights that they have this confidence to win, and that wouldn't be different with Loud, but Loud is Loud. They are very noisy, and once again they got a squad wipe over a team here in Free Fire Brazilian League.
And it seems that we will have the leaders facing each other directly, Carol. We may have Corinthians against SS Esports and got Unidas also coming in. Both teams with 4 players. We have the whole squads. There are three players from SS Esports that got the first blood. They took the first blood from FURIA.
Yeah.
And now they might be in a disadvantageous position to fight against Corinthians, but Corinthians using the Hodor strategy, keeping themselves by the edge of the safe zone, and now Ousado trying to hit the shots, but the ice barrier is protecting the SS Esports players. The shots are coming in against Ousado. God Unidas also trying to come to get to this fight. Bobs and Mike leading the charge for God Unidas. They need the points. They are in the second to last place, and they need to improve their rankings. But lots of shots reaching the Corinthians players, but no one is down. The ice barriers protected Corinthians, and now Bobs trying to find a better positioning for God to fight, and that left SS Esports to keep themselves alive and not needing to engage into this fight against Corinthians, Carol.
And actually that helped a lot as Esports, so they could take off a little bit more safe right now that Corinthians is not focused on them. So God help it, SS Sports.
God help the SS Sports, and now they are helping even more, getting points to SS Sports because Miguel was the first player down. He got down by the SS Sports players, and now Jubinha trying to find a kill against Mike. He's using the gas mask, and now MTS getting damage from the safe zone. He will use the med kit. Will it be on time? It was on time for MTS. He is not sent to the floor by the safe zone, and now they can rotate inside that safe zone and fight God Unidas from inside the safe. It's not that good because they are taking lots of damages from the safe zone, but Mike also getting a few shots in against Phoenix. He's using one more med kit over there. MTS also using a med kit, but Jubinha will need 2 med kits because he got the head out of his body. Mike is also on the floor. Nice shot by Phoenix. Mike's life is going down way too quickly. He's inside the safe zone, the gas, and he needs a player to come in and help him, but that will not happen. The thing that will happen is that Phoenix will try to finish him off. He's using a med kit. Jubinha is being brought back by MTS, but MTS is probably going down.
And probably more than that, because SS Sports right now is going to have a hard time for FURIA.
FURIA definitely giving SS Sports a hard time. MTS and Phoenix down, and both are back to the lobby, and only Jubinha remaining for SS Sports. Maybe a bad map by SS Sports will let Corinthians open up a gap a little wider on the lead. Loud trying to rotate, but they have to face off against Team 1, who have VN10 close to the Loud team, and VN10 will go for the fight. Loud will have a tough time trying to climb that mountain. They are inside the safe zone, and now Jubinha gets wiped out by the safe zone, and the SS Sports team goes back to the lobby in the 10th place. Corinthians also coming to this fight. this may become a war zone because Corinthians is way too close to Team 1 and they need to get into this fight. Gelo is down because of the safe zone and he will be brought back by his teammates. While Ousado tries to position himself, will Gelo go down? Ousado finds Memgad's head and Gelo goes down. He was not helped by the teammates. Kronos goes down because of the safe zone as well, and maybe Loud will have to wait to engage into this fight against Team 1. But Loud and Kronos goes down by the safe zone! Loud goes down because of the safe zone! What a bad call by Loud! And now Corinthians fighting FURIA. FURIA with a nice result as of right now. 5-6 kills for them. And Corinthians is also wiped out. So that helps SS Esports a lot. We have the two leading teams out of the game already. Corinthians goes out in the 8th place. And now only one player remaining from Team 1. The safe zone is way too short. And B4 has the center of the map, Carol.
Exactly.
B4 has the best positioning. They are in the center of the map. Drizzy trying to find a better positioning, but he will face off against Lobato. And Lobato has backup to help him. And now he knows that Drizzy is over there. He tries to get the shots, and R7 does it for B4, who has already 4 kills and was the team that got the booyah on the first Purgatory map of the day.
And this is going to be a very hard mission for B4 to defend their cow right now in the middle of the map.
But what may help is that Netshoes Miners team is going to face off against the INTZ because they went for the same house. They went to get the same house, and Team Codasolid also wiping out, trying to wipe out the whole FURIA squad. Vitin got the kill, and Unidas goes down as well. Netshoes Miners that tried to get INTZ inside the house got wiped out because of the grenade launchers. 4 teams remaining, and now FURIA is wiped out, so we have 3 teams remaining before INTZ and Team Codasolid. Only 3 teams remaining. We have all the positioning going on, but the mine put R7 to the ground. A nice mine positioned by 1-9 by FURIA, but he will not be able to capitalize on that because he's already dead, so he cannot capitalize on this well-placed mine. But Team Codasolid will have trouble trying to reach B4 inside the house. We have Juan looking for the INTZ players, while Team Codasolid might be got by this grenade that did not get him. And now they are trying to come in against R7. Nice grenade, putting too much damage to R7, and that forced B4 to leave the center of the safe zone. And now Team Codasolid trying to get to the center. The safe zone is coming in. Lots of damages will be dealt by the safe zone. And now the ice, Iago trying to break the ice. He has a nice placement inside the safe zone. The 3 teams have houses to protect themselves, but they will need to leave that houses. And that's what B4 does first, trying to use the grenades to get to Team Codasolid, but Pack doing a nice job eliminating 2 players from B4. Nice job by Pack. And now INTZ sees themselves into a position where they can fight the B4 team. Quali trying to find the shots, but Iago puts Guerra to the ground, and Vitin steals the kill for Team Codasolid. Back gets to Italo. He puts Italo to the floor and back to the lobby. But look at the grenade launcher by Lucas SKN. Aranha trying to reach the Team Codasolid players. Quali is the last one remaining, and he puts the first player down. Lucas SKN against Lobato and Iago. He tries to find the kills, but Iago's in the center of the safe zone. So it's booyah B4. Once again, taking charge, taking the center of the safe zone, and controlling Purgatory. The Purgatory for the round 7 is all B4, Carol!
A double booyah for B4 team here today, and well done, well played, and all the congratulations to B4 team that managed to defend their call, to defend their territory in the late stages of the game. And they also waited for the fight against INTZ, Codasolid, for the right moment to get in action because they were down to 2. So they got the number disadvantage. So they waited and they did it because they got their second booyah of today's matches, reaching the mark of 5 booyahs against, in the second place behind. Sorry, that's the word. Behind of SS Sports.
And Carol, maybe that shot from Quali, that sniper rifle shot from Quali, gave the win to B4. If he hit that shot, he might have put B4 back to the lobby. But a nice game by Team Codasolid, getting eliminated in the 3rd place with 8 kills. But B4 dominating Purgatory for the 7th round, Carol.
And I tell you what, Marcelo, before they got 3 booyahs in Purgatory from last weekend. The last booyah of Purgatory map was belonged to before, and right now their 2 booyahs in Purgatory also belong to before. How great is that? So they are having the day of glories today. With 20 more points, will help them to get closer and closer of SS Sports, like you said, as we kind of have picture that maybe before could get closer of SS Sports, which is kind of sad for them because Corinthians keep getting points ahead of SS Sports. There start the day very hungry for the top 1.
Corinthians was 17 points ahead of SSE Sports, and now they got 8 points. We will see the final rankings for SSE Sports. They got 2 points, so the difference is now into 23 points, but B4 is closing in. Loud did not get a good result. Only 5 points for Loud in this map. And maybe, just maybe, B4 will start knocking on heaven's door, Carol.
And they sure will. And this is very good for them that also have the team very modified this season. They had welcome Lobato and Juan that came all the way from Santos, and they also have to adapt themselves again for a new team, a new squad. So it is kind of good to have this kind of results for them this season. But talking about this kind of changings, I just wanna talk really quick about God. I know the good highlights didn't went for the God team, and they trying to get a good position and in big fights against big lions, against SS Sports, against Corinthians. But I have to talk about that Arruda is the only player remained from last season in God team. So Miguel, Mike and Bobs, they are newcomers, not only in the God team but in the LBFF. Only Minuzzi, who played last season in Flamengo, and in the third season for Flamengo, and the past season for before. He got a kind of experience, but still, it is a new squad. It is new things and new challenges. So maybe this is explain a little bit why God is having a hard time this season.
Yeah, they are having indeed a hard time, but it's been nice to see what Team Codasolid is doing. I'm happy with Team Codasolid. They have a young squad, a squad full of newcomers. All of them are newcomers to the Serie A. They got a woman coaching the team. That's nice as well. They are doing an amazing job, and they got 17 points for this match, Carol.
And indeed, it is very good. They were having kind of hard times against Nitroxx Top10 because they were facing too much, and actually Nitroxx Top10 were having the advantage ahead of them, of course, in the battles. But what I'm more excited to see right now, Marcelo, it is our standings.
Let's check the standings. Corinthians got to the 300-point mark, Carol.
Clapping my hands for Corinthians. There's the first team this season to get in the mark of 300 points. We still have more 2 maps to come, 2 matches to happen, and if Corinthians reach the points for 49 points, they will also be the best team of this season, the best team to begin this season, Marcelo.
Yeah, definitely. SSE Sports have a tough time to try and climb up the stairs to get to Corinthians, but look at B4 closing in the gap, only 32 points behind SSE Sports right now, and look at Team Codasolid with 217 points, trying to get to the top 5. They are only 3 points behind the Netshoes Miners team, so they need only one good result for them to be in the top 5 on their first season in Serie A. Nitroxx Top10 lost a little bit of points because INTZ had a good match, finishing in the 2nd place for this second Purgatory map. FURIA having a tough time today in the 13th place, away from the 12 teams safe zone, let's call it that way. But Team Liquid, FURIA, God Unidas, and Team 1 needing to show up a little better for the day. Team Liquid still ain't got to the 200-point mark.
And talking about a little better for INTZ, which this last match helped them to climb a little bit more in points in our table, and they have reached 2 more points. Is that right?
Yeah, 2 more points for them.
Yeah, they have 1 point difference against Nitroxx Top 10, so this is kind of good. And this is good stuff for them, because when you're having a great performance in the last match, you also have more confidence to be more prepared for the followed match. So let's see if in Kalahari INTZ will also have a great performance because of this last match in Bermuda that were so close of the Booyah.
Let's check this out, because we will have a little break for us to hydrate, and we will be back with the 5th and the 6th map for the day. Don't you dare leave this place, because we will be right back. Initially he uses the scoped aim to try and get the kills, but there is a player down for SS team, and it's MTS Minus. He got the takedown, and they have to fight with one less player, but Minus is down once again. Button doing a great job with the shotguns. Putting Mike down, and look at the shotgun play by Button. He's trying to find the player that was Bops, and Bops is down. Triple kill for Button with the shotgun once again. He brings back the shotgun, and he takes out the whole...
One time left, right, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time left, right, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time left, right, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night.
We are back live and we are already taking it to the skies! Are we?
Yes.
Are we? Yes, we are! So, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R7D5 heading straight to Kalahari. Loosen your seatbelts, fasten your bars, cause it's time to drop, Carol!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the beautiful desert of Kalahari. Once again, maybe we are going to watch new strategies, new placements, but what is not new, it is the call in refinery of B4 team. And the other team should be aware of that, right, Marcelo? Because they have come to stay. Let's see if they have come also to get a triple booyah.
Now we can have, before having the triple booyah, they have the spacing they need into the refinery. And now we have God Unidas also having a change. Ahuda coming in from Inuzi. Ahuda that went off the team for Bobs to come in. And now Minuzi goes out for Ahuda to come back. What do you expect from that change, Carol?
So, like we were talking about, maybe there's certain players that have best developments in each map. Like Nitroxx Top10 adopted that, knowing that maybe Spill is going to do a better result, having a better result than Romeo here. So I think that the players...
And that's an usual change for Nitroxx Top10, right? Spill in the place of Romeo.
I think like each one of the players maybe have better engagements in each map, so that's kind of working. But let's hope that this replacement for God is going to help them, because they are definitely not having glorious days.
They need a better day. They got a good first map in Purgatory, but then they vanished from the face of the earth for the next maps. And who got a day that was climbing up the rankings was Team Codasolid, and the newcomers having opposite results for the day as of right now. But God Unidas also needs to improve. Carol, you were about to say something?
I was just thinking out loud, Marcelo, how great it is that Esports have already got 6 booyahs, and at least each one of the other teams here have got only 1 or 2 booyahs. Of course, before right now 5 booyahs, and Corinthians with 4 booyahs. But there is plenty of time for the other teams to get booyahs, right?
There is plenty of time for the other teams to get booyahs, but it seems that Kalahari will remain same old, right? Before team going for the refinery spot. And please don't forget the Arrested Development advice. There's always money in the banana stand. There's always before inside the refinery.
And there get shots against Corinthians.
Corinthians Hazuri trying to find a player from before that was trying to rotate over there. And now Ousado, who's also aiming for the refinery, for the oil rig, was the one trying to put the player from before down. But now it seems that Corinthians will not engage into this fight, Carol.
Yeah, they were just trying to be a little bit luck to get the first blood. But as we have already watched in the second match, that in Kalahari is taking a little bit of time to get the first blood.
Look at VN10 wide open, becoming an easy target for Corinthians to get the first blood. And Azai is also down. Ousado got a nice headshot on Azai. And Drizzy will have to do the job. We'll have to work to get Azai once again back on his feet. But he's running away, trying to keep himself up. And he takes the headshot from Ousado. Corinthians is nearly wiping out the whole team the whole squad from Team 1. And Drizzy will also go to the ground. And there is only one player remaining for Team 1 with only 4 minutes in the match. They did not need to have that rotation going on right now, Carol.
And I was just complaining about the first blood taking a lot of time in Kalahari map, and Corinthians did the job, taking not only 1 but 2 players from Team 1.
And if they didn't get luck against before trying to find the headshots
in that first action. They were really lucky to spot Team 1 rotating that poorly in the beginning of the game, right?
And Team Liquid comes back for the favorite place in Kalahari map that is in the top. But looks like they're engaging.
Looks like Victor tried to engage a whole Team Liquid squad and he couldn't engage for 2 seconds. It only took him the time to land, say, "Hi guys," and go back to the floor to try and be saved by his squad. I can't actually imagine the character getting to the top of the antenna and say, "Hi guys," and dying and going back to the floor. But now Nitroxx Top10 knows that Team Liquid is on top of the antenna, and we see Esports going against INTZ and already losing a player. That's bad for Esports. They have one player down, and it was Phoenix that was sent back to the lobby. We have Jubinha alive, we have MTS, and we have Buton alive. And now got Unidas trying to hit the shots. We are seeing Bobs using and scoping and unscoping, and Jubinha is also on the ground. Esports starting the game with 2 players less, and now we have also 2 fights going on at the same time. Team Liquid fighting Nitroxx Top10 and B4 fighting Loud. And we see that Pedro went to the floor, a nice shot by INTZ. But there's one more player down by Nitroxx Top10, it's Vito 7. And they will need to fight a bad fight against Team Liquid. They need to take off. They need to not engage into this fight if they want to keep themselves alive. And that's what they did. They entangled themselves into the houses, and now they lost track of Team Liquid.
And Team Liquid got the best position in the Kalahari map, because there it is the place where they most engage. But looks like FURIA is around the corner and take just few looks to see if it is possible to also engage with the Nitroxx Top10. And also FURIA team, it is one of the teams that got the best results in Kalahari last season. This season haven't been the glorious day for them in Kalahari map, but I am pretty much sure we still can wait great things, because we know they are fast and furious.
They started the day in the 7th place in Kalahari, the 7th best team in Kalahari, and that does not reflect what they did in LBFF season 4. But now we have Team Liquid centering a battlefield that has Nitroxx Top10, that has Corinthians, that has Team Liquid, that has FURIA. Lots and lots of teams coming in for the antenna field of vision, and they might get a few shots from top down, maybe the first booyah from Team Liquid, but Corinthians also trying to get another booyah, trying to get the double booyah for today, and now they trying to engage into the fight against Nitroxx Top10. 2 players from Nitroxx Top10 inside the storage house, inside the barracks, while we have 2 players in the watchtower, but the grenades are coming in, and they almost got to Ousado. He needed to use the shield to protect himself over there. We have Corinthians trying to find information using the boosts with the players to try and find the Nitroxx Top10 players that rotated a little bit towards the watchtower, and now are using the grenades to try and damage the Corinthians players. Gelo using the grenades over there, maybe trying to hit Spill and Victor and Chinese that are below the watchtower, and now they are rotating for a better positioning for this fight, but they are being targeted as well by FURIA and Team Codasolid getting to Team Liquid, trying to reach also that center of the antenna area, and now the grenade launcher coming in, Ousado!
It is the mini grenade launcher.
The mini grenade launcher doing an amazing job, and now he might find INTZ. The grenade launcher's coming in, Ousado once again! He will wipe the whole squad from Nitroxx Top10! He already got the four kills, now 5 for him. He's in a killing spree, and he might find Spill, the last player from Nitroxx Top10 remaining. He might find the whole squad wipe against this Nitroxx Top10 squad. He already got 5 kills in the match.
Ousado is definitely a complete player. He knows how to be in the front, and he's also know how to be an assistant.
And now we have Zenak putting players from FURIA down. Corinthians trying to find more kills since they already got 6 kills. And holding the door once again to the command post. They are being the receivers for the teams coming in. They are welcoming the teams with lots and lots of bullets.
And looks like Netshoes Miners are coming to engage. Maybe they don't know there is a big party over there.
There is a big party over there, and Team Liquid leading the party from above and Corinthians from below. And now Natividade went down, the grenades coming in. Gelo sent down to the ground by Natividade, using the grenades once again. Nativa showing up with the grenades, putting up his Kobe Brian mask to try and give some points to a bad Netshoes Miners today. They are not playing the best that we've seen from them in LBFF Season 5. While Train tries to regroup with Natividade and IGZ, Corinthians have their position scouted by Gelo over there, and they are taking off. They are going back to the barracks, while Corinthians tries to find the better positioning. Hazur did not look to the right side, almost got put down by the Netshoes Miners team, and now Natividade brings back the grenades. Train trying to flank Corinthians. And now from outside of the walls trying to hit the Corinthians players with the grenades. Ousado also knows that this rotation is going on. He hears the steps, and the first player from Team Liquid falling down off the watchtower, and he was put down by the gravity.
And it is good to point it out that Corinthians is defending their position right now. They already took down Nitroxx Top10, and they are not letting Netshoes Miners engage.
And now Nitroxx Top10 is finally wiped out. Spill is sent back to the lobby by
Team
Lucas from Team Liquid.
MVR.
Was it MVR?
MVR.
MVR from Team Liquid. And now Corinthians trying to spot Natividade. They know that Natividade is trying to rotate from outside of the control post. And we are having more fights going in with B4 and FURIA. And Team Liquid let go of the placement on top of the antenna because it was outside of the next safe zone. Deusada using the grenade launcher, trying to find some kills over there, and we will have a battlefield. VTRX trying to remain himself alive. He puts a player down, he puts 2 players down, and almost puts Deusada down as well, but he is wiped out. Team 1 is sent back to the lobby. Now Ousado with the nice come in against Team Liquid, and he's having a killing spree, but Deusada trying to hold Corinthians back on its feet. He's the last player remaining, but Team Liquid goes down. Natividade, Gezinho, and Train putting 2 teams back to the lobby. It was Team Liquid and Corinthians. Nice play by the Netshoes Miners, Carol. Team Codasolid also wiped out by a grenade from Mike.
What the heck?
Mike gets the triple kill with the grenades. Ítalo coming in to prevent God Unidas to regroup, and the grenades from Guerra sending the God players to the floor and maybe back to the lobby. Miguel, the last one remaining. He's inside the safe zone, but INTZ knows of his placement, and he's sent back to the lobby. God Unidas is wiped out, Carol. We have another fight going on. INTZ and FURIA. FURIA with the placement. INTZ trying to use the ice barriers to cover themselves up, but Ítalo is down on the floor. Aranha also back to the lobby. Guerra and Lucas SKN, the last players remaining. IGzinho was sent down by the safe zone. And now Lucas SKN has to protect himself. And IGzinho is sent back to the lobby, but Guerra and Lucas SKN trying to keep INTZ on the game. The safe zone is getting shorter and shorter. B4 is coming in, Loud is coming in, Netshoes Miners are coming in, and look at Kawan with the grenades! Go B, Kawan! Quadra kill for Kawan, and now he repositions himself close to its teammates. Him, Noda, and Brabox, the last players remaining for Loud, but he is shot by Memgod. What a job that Memgod is doing today! He eliminates Noda as well, with the help by Bielgod. Netshoes Miners inside the barracks, trying to regroup, but FURIA, with the top-down view, they can get the advantage in this fight. Trem and Atividade, the players remaining for Netshoes Miners. They are being watched by Field from the top of the house. Lucas SKN trying to keep himself alive inside the safe zone. And now the grenade from him gone! He wipes out before. Field gets the job done by against Loud. 4 players remaining for FURIA. They got 6 kills. They might get the so expected booyah against Netshoes Miners and INTZ. Guerra trying to find out the usage for the...
Was that a
grenade
grenade?
launcher.
Was that a grenade? That took at least 2 players from FURIA down. And I tell you
2?
what, Marcelo, this is getting very interesting because that was the exactly same place where they got the best booyah from last season.
But Guerra is sent down to the floor. There's only 1 player remaining for Netshoes Miners that is standing. It may be a squad wipe for FURIA. Guerra is put down and it's booyah! FURIA! Finally! FURIA has come back to Kalahari!
Well done, FURIA. Fast and furious. And that was a booyah for to concrete the great work of them from last season in Kalahari and to prove us that they still know how to manage things around here. And they got a booyah with 8 kills, which is very good. So 20 points for FURIA team in this first booyah of today's. We already got a double booyah from before, and right now a booyah more than satisfactory for FURIA team with the Fiel God, Mem God, 19 Field, and the coach that is always good to talk about because he's doing a great work. If the team get a booyah, Altman, congratulations.
And what a job by Mem God using the sniper rifles to find some kills for FURIA. He might have climbed the rankings in the kill leading stats right now, but nice job by FURIA forcing Team Liquid that had the best placement in the beginning of the game to leave the antenna to rotate towards the safe zone that left antenna out of the game field, the play field, and they got to the better placement inside the safe zone, in the center of the safe zone, and kept themselves holding their positions and getting the kills, Carol.
But it was really the key of this last match was Corinthians trying to fight every single one that were coming from them, and they were not even in the middle of the safe. FURIA was the whole door for that, but Corinthians were not trying to get points for position, but for killing. And I'm asking myself right now, they were down to the 5th place and they got the same amount of points as Loud. Was that worthy to be in the middle of the big party trying to kill each one of the teams?
Maybe not that worthy. They got only 11 points. They could have stopped fighting after the almost wipe
and position themselves,
top
right?
10 and position themselves. They could have reached the first or the second positions, but nice from INTZ getting 16 points. They needed that 16 points.
That's what I said about the last match. They were full of confidence because of the second place, and this last match was no difference. Of course, they were once again very close of the booyah, but they got again the second place. And this was the strategy of Corinthians before they were in the top. They were just climbing very slow, taking baby steps until they get in the top 1, Marcelo.
And Carol, we need the standings for the leading teams. We will have as soon as possible the standings coming in. They are coming in already because our team is well prepared. We have an amazing team making the broadcast with us, and INTZ getting to the 6th place. And I needed to talk about INTZ. They are probably the teams that get the most second places in the season 5. They are getting to lots and lots of second places. Team Liquid finally crossing the 200 points mark, But SS Esports is leaving space for B4 to come. They were 32 points ahead. Now they are only 26 points ahead. B4 is coming up, and they are saying, SS, you'd better start playing.
And also Loud, they are very close of before as well. They are getting in there. But let's talk about the fact that most of the teams that belong to Group C and B are inside of the top 10 in the left side of our table, except for Nitroxx Top 10, Team Liquid, God Unidas, and Team 1 that is in the bottom, the last place. But knowing that Group B and Group A are the most aggressive teams here in Free Fire Brazilian League gave us more excitement to watch the matches, and that's what I am, Marcelo, very much excited to watch our last match of today, because I want to see if SS Sports will finally take the top of Corinthians, if before we'll keep getting closer and closer, or if Loud will have the pleasure to get inside of the top 3 today.
And SS Esports only had one day that they didn't get booyahs. This may be the second day they are playing that they don't get booyahs, if they don't get one in Bermuda right now. And I wanted to talk about as well about Team 1. That's probably a frustrating result for Team 1 after getting wiped out in the 12th place by a lucky Corinthians that got their rotation going on, right?
Yeah, and by and how things are going for Team 1 right now, they will probably go once again for the access group. Okay, it is too early to talk about that. We are still not in the half middle of our competition. We are getting there. But if Team 1 don't wake up and do something about that, they will probably fall once again to the access group, which is going to give them a hard time again to fighting over for a new spot in the Serie A. And watch out, because Team Codasolid and Nitroxx Top 10 came from the Serie B, and we know that there are teams in Serie B right now that wants to have a spot here in Serie A.
And there's a point I want to take. If our crew could help me, please get the standings back up on the screen, please, if it's possible for them to show the standings once again. Team 1 is now in a bad position because we have 6 teams in the standings for the access group, and Santos is a good team. He's playing well. Team Liquid is a good team. They are having troubles, but they play well. God Unidas are finding the kills. Meta Gaming is an amazing team that they should not be in the 16th place. They had bad days, but they play way too good. In Pain Gaming dominated one day. They find the good playing. They found their good playing. And Team 1, as of right now, is the team that's playing the worst in between those 6 teams.
And actually, this goes also for the kills. As you can see, they are the ones that don't score any kills. I mean, 7 points difference between Pain Gaming, but it is really good to analyze that, because they
7 points and 5 more maps played than Pain Gaming.
Exactly. So they should step it up their game, right, Marcelo? And it is really good for us to have this better look, this better visualization, because the points are so close. This can answer a few questions, but because of the points are really close, like we already did the math between, I don't know, right now the 7th place, the 8th place to the 10th place are so close, the points, that makes this very big difference. Like Los Grandes right now, they're sitting in the 10th place, but I'm pretty much sure tomorrow things will change for them, because we already know their style of game, but because of the points scheme have been so close of each one of these teams, that things will keep changing around here. So that can change for Team 1 as well.
They need to improve their game as soon as possible. They need to pick up the game. I want to thank our crew for helping with the standings once again. Our wonderful crew. We love you guys. And let's go get a breather. Let's go get some hydration. We'll be back in just 1 minute, right, Carol?
1 minute.
Usually he uses the scoped aim to try and get the kills, but there is a player down for SS team and it's MTS Minuzi got the takedown, and they have to fight with one less player, but Minuzi is down once again. Button doing a great job with the shotguns. Putting Mike down, and look at the shotgun play by Button. He's trying to find the player that was Bops, and Bops is down. Triple kill for Button with the shotgun once again. He brings back the shotgun, and he takes out the whole...
One time left, right, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night.
We are back live for the last map of the day, and our crew says that they are ready. They fastened their seatbelts. Did you fasten your seatbelts?
Right now.
No, loosen your seatbelts right now because we're about to take off and we have to drop. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R7D6 heading straight to Bermuda, I am your captain Marcelo Ferrandini, and by my side my co-pilot Carol Bombshell invite you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time, Carol. It's time to drop!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our final destination, and we are landing. Lose your seatbelts for sure, indeed, because we are about to get in action in Bermuda map, the most loved one by the players. And let's see what we are going to watch right now, because things are getting very serious for SS Sports against Corinthians, and right now also with B4 team. But let's see if Loud will have a buoy today to get a closer and closer of the B4 team, or if we are going to have the first buoy of Team Liquid.
Maybe. But Team Codasolid was the one that got into the blue zone. They are getting the best loot for the map, while we see Corinthians playing in Santos right there, and before in Clock Tower. The teams are doing their usual rotations, and maybe we will not have that early fights that we so expect to have, but maybe we will not have it today, Carol.
And that explains a lot when the players want to keep their points in the table and not lose that, but keeps getting points, which is kind of right. It sounds correct to me. So for them right now to engage in early fights put them in a really big danger to miss their spot in their table. So I don't think they will get until about the 30 safe zone. They will meet, you know, but things can happen when you rotate.
Bermuda holds us to mad things. Mad things.
Mad things.
And now Randall comes in, subbing in for Juan. We have this substitution happening a few times for the B4 squad, and Juan leaves the game to make space for Randall. And we also have Bruno coming in once again for Drizzy this time for Team 1. I'm sorry, but Team 1, don't stop changing players.
And I compare them with Red Kennedys from last season that keep changing players all over the rounds. And right now, Red Kennedys, they fell to the Serie B. They are about to go to the Serie C. And if Team 1 don't try to find their perfect game, even for positions, even for early battles, they will find themselves in a big trouble around here, Marcelo.
They need to play better. Definitely, they are trying to find the ideal squad in between the matches, and that should be happening on the training stages of the week. In the about 100 drops that they do training week after week after week, and that should not be happening throughout the whole day of matches, throughout the whole round. That's not a good strategy by Team 1.
Definitely not a good strategy, but a good strategy right now goes to Loud that changed their rotation. They used to go to Observatory, and knowing that FURIA is in there, they right now went to the other side, and they probably will face off maybe with Team 1. But we know that that didn't work very good for Team 1, so let's see right now what it's going to be about, because FURIA is also coming to join the party.
FURIA is coming to join the party. They took the...
And they know about
bet.
that.
They know. They tried to get the shots against Loud. The rotation from Loud happened on front of FURIA, and they had to try and fight the shots. They took the boards, and they now are trying to intercept this rotation from the Loud team. It seems like they didn't find the rotation, and now we have in Clock Tower B4 and Nitroxx Top10 probably engaging into the first fight of this map.
Not Santos today, but Nitroxx came in for B4. And just go.
And now they came with ease. Shinei's putting down the first player, that was R7, but he also went down. Spill also down. Nice job by Iago, putting 2 players back to the lobby. The headshots coming in from Iago. And now JHZZ trying to use the grenades to protect their players. And maybe Nitroxx Top10 will take off. It's a 3-on-3 action for the two teams, B4 and Nitroxx Top10. But it seems that the positioning from B4 is intimidating this rotation from Nitroxx Top10, Carol.
And Nitroxx Top10, who today has been showing us such aggressive game, they were not avoiding any kind of battle. They were the runner-uppers of LBFF Serie B, and right now is no difference. They are coming for the battles.
They are coming for the battles, and also Team 1 and Loud are coming for the battles, and the first player is out from the Loud team. Maybe Team 1 trying to get to the better fight, but the positioning is better from Loud. They're trying to hold themselves using the Graves as protection, but the grenades are coming in. VTRX trying to find the kills. Azai puts Brabox to the ground, and maybe, just maybe, Team 1 get to win this fight. They send 2 Loud players back to the lobby, and now Noda trying to defend himself using the shotgun, but Bruno 7 with the grenade puts him back to the lobby. And there's one player, that's VTRX, on the ground. They will try to bring him back up, but Kronos trying to save himself, running and running and running away from Team 1. Team 1 won this fight, Carol. Team 1 won this fight. They played with security, they played using the cover up from the Graves. They did a nice job in this fight. That's good to see from Team 1.
Yes, actually that amazes me, because Loud, it is in the top 5 right now. They stand in the 4th place in our table, and Team 1 is in the bottom. And as we can see, the big difference, they have different kind of game styles, but still Team 1 is showing us that they deserve their spot here in the Serie A, and they will come for that no matter what. But as we are talking about Team 1, they should definitely just find the ideal squad, because they are the only team, Marcelo, that there is non-player with at least 10,000 damage.
Definitely, they don't have a player with 10,000 damage. And we have talked about how the macro game from Loud is way too good, way too well distributed. Kills go on with K1, the damage goes on with Kronos. Noda is the one doing the assists. The macro game from Loud is way too good and way too better than Team 1, right?
But the thing is, why Loud, it's always the last one to be alive from Loud? Why they always have to secure the points for Loud?
Kronos is as the support.
They're always
he's
in the
probably-
back, right?
He's the one in the back. Since he's the sniper, since he's the support, he's probably a little far away from its teammates. So when the frontline men die, he gets the time to run and keep himself alive. It's a nice strategy by Loud, and it's probably a common strategy with teams that have good snipers, right? That they are left behind by the teams, and they probably have the mission to keep themselves alive, to give points by ranking their teams higher than they should.
And right now it is the time for us to figure it out what is going to be the last safe zones. And it's going to the side of Peak, Cotatua, a little bit of Pushinok, and we already see the Esports team Codasolid, God, Netshoes Miners, and Corinthians are well positioned.
Corinthians is always with a nice position. It's amazing to see this display from Corinthians. They always have the good positioning, and MVR also has a good positioning to eliminate Victor and send the first player from the Nitroxx Top 10 team back to the lobby. Now they are fighting Team Liquid. Team Liquid is well positioned, is using the watchtowers to get some advantage, but now Lobato also trying to get to this place, and he will use the grenade to damage Shinez a lot. The grenades are coming in against Shinez. He needs to move, but the grenade was sent by Randall and sent back to him by the walls. Randall, please adjust your aim, bro. You just blew yourself up.
And I feel like they get so frustrated when things like that happen because cannot be possible.
If I was playing, I'd be laughing the hell out of me out.
Right?
My A out. But now Nitroxx Top 10 is sent back to the lobby by Lobato using the shotgun.
Out.
Once again, he's exploding watermelons over there. And now Randall back on its feet with the advice. Please don't use grenades anymore, bro.
These guys have such a great ability with the grenades that this season that we watch a little bit from that last season as well, but this season they are definitely well done with the usage of the grenades.
And now that fight between the B4 team and Nitroxx Top 10 gave Team Liquid an opening to reposition themselves, to make their rotations a little easier. But now they see they are being targeted by INTZ on the top of the hill, and Corinthians is also coming in for this fight.
Team 1.
It's Team 1?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm blind. It's Team 1 coming in for the fight. The danger zone is way too close to INTZ, but they will not get damaged by that, as Esports is also there.
And I tell you what can happen. Team 1 against INTZ and Team Liquid get a few kills, stealing few kills from this battle.
Still hoping to see Team Liquid get their first booyahs in the Season 5 of Brazilian Free Fire Brazilian League. And now Lucas gets the kill on Iago. Team Liquid scoring a few kills, but look at the grenade from Guerra!
Oh.
3 kills against the whole Team 1 squad. There's only one player remaining for Team 1, it's Azai, and he is down and out. What a play from Guerra! He gets the 4 kills! He has the quadra kill, and he sends Team 1 back to the lobby in the last place once again. But now Esports engaging into a fight against Team Liquid. The first player is already out. Is Pedro RS is out from Team Liquid. And they are playing with only 3 players remaining. But On is holding the door. And he knows that INTZ is trying to climb up the hills. They have the peak advantage. They are on the top of the peak. They are dominating the top of the peak. And now they might get into this fight against INTZ and Team Liquid over there. Both teams are engaging into this fight, and the grenades from Guerra once again coming in. He tries to find some more kills. He got 4 against Team 1, but he's getting shot from besides. But the grenade comes in, he deals lots of damage, and now he uses the ice. But Lucas SKN is the first player down, and Guerra is also down. Nice work by Chubinha getting 2 kills. Italo trying to bring it back for INTZ, trying to bring this fight back to INTZ, but Team Liquid attacking from behind, and SS Esports are attacking from above, and INTZ is sent back to the lobby. 2 kills for MVR. Nice job by MVR, but SS Esports now know that Team Liquid is trying to climb the hills. They're trying to position themselves, trying to find the house inside the pick, and they have that clear house for them to reposition themselves. They can get to an easy place and prepare themselves for the last fight, Carol.
Which is kind of wise of them because they know the teams that are getting inside of the safe zone have to come through of them. So right now, maybe the strategy for them is to catch Team Liquid. But Team Liquid took a different rotation right now. And, oh yes, they are down here and they will come maybe for Netshoes Miners.
But they are still surrounded by teams. They have to go through either God or Netshoes Miners, and that will not be an easy round for them to climb up this hill. While BL was down on the floor, 3 players remaining for FURIA, 3 players remaining for Team Liquid. We have 1 player remaining, only Kronos remaining for Loud. We have him since the beginning of the game, and now before is wiped out by Quali. The last player was sent back to the lobby. Team Liquid gets wiped out by Miguel with 2 kills with the sniper rifle. God Unidas getting the nice result they needed right now, and that is bad for Team 1. They are getting the gap even wider for against Team 1, and Quali tries to find the shots with the sniper rifle, but that's not enough. SS Esports gets to the storage house, and now they can heal themselves to fight the last fight. God Unidas coming over the hills, and the fight is going on against Netshoes Miners. They know that the team led by Natividade is over there, and now they need to fight this tough fight in the middle of the hill. They can be sandwiched, they can be in a bad position for this fight, but now they chose to fight against Netshoes Miners and not allow the NMG team to go up the hill. The grenades are coming in. Train holds himself up with the shield, but the grenades come also from Natividade, and Arruda is down. Bops is also down. Natividade and IGZ put him down. Mike uses the grenade to put Train back to the ground, but Natividade with the Kobees once again. He gives 1 more grenade, and Hazur is getting to the fight as well. Cebolinha is on the ground. Corinthians is coming in. IGZ trying to hold himself up, but Train, he goes back to the lobby. Natividade with the grenade once again, using the best of his Kobe Bryant skills. While we have FURIA, SS Esports, and Codasolid fighting for the center of the safe zone. 4 players remaining for the SS Esports. MTS gets a kill. BL puts Pão to the ground, and Team Codasolid goes back to the lobby in the 6th place. Netshoes Miners also down because Ousado found the head of the last remaining player for Netshoes Miners. We have 4 teams remaining: Corinthians, SS Esports, FURIA, and who's the last team remaining?
FURIA, SS Sports,
FURIA, SS, Corinthians, and
Netshoes Miners?
Netshoes Miners just got wiped out. FURIA, SS Esports.
No, it is down to 4. It's right.
It's down to 4.
Corinthians, SS Sports, FURIA.
We are lost. And Loud, Kronos remained alive to the 4th
The Warlock.
Nice game.
Not
by
even
Kronos.
us could see them.
We couldn't see.
Yeah.
Kronos is still alive, and now SS Esports is wiped out. Corinthians has 7 kills and has to play against only 2 FURIA players. It may be the double booyah for Corinthians. Memgard gets the headshot. He gets the first kill. And now Jello puts Memgard to the ground. It's boo! Yeah, Corinthians!
Wow.
That was a slow start for the day, but a hot finish for the leaders, Corinthians, Carol!
Definitely a hot finish for Corinthians. That it is turning our heads down, Marcelo. Wow, with a double booyah today, they definitely, with no doubt, are going to once again have this big gap ahead of the other teams and defend their place in the top 1 of our table. how great is that? They are doing an amazing game. They are engaging the right moments, getting the best of the best position, and we know they are now having the best squad of this season. And I tell you what, we haven't seen great kills from Ousado, the player from Corinthians, and I'm pretty much sure we are going to watch him once again in the MVP list.
He might be joining the MVP list indeed, but look at that. Corinthians and SS Esports leading the game. Corinthians with more points, but SS Esports at least didn't allow Corinthians to open such a big gap that Corinthians could have opened in this match. However, 6 points more for Corinthians. FURIA doing a great job keeping the third place. They're been having a nice end of day for today, and that might turn this game around for FURIA because they needed a few more points to leave the right side of the table. And look at the job done by Kronos. He kept Loud in the 6th place.
Not
with
even
7
us.
points.
Not even us could keep a track of him.
We didn't even remember that he were alive. He had to show up. He was on the middle of the field, and nobody saw Kronos over there doing actual magic to keep himself alive. And then the end game between FURIA and Corinthians. A nice game from Corinthians once again, doing the Hodor strategy.
Definitely. And like I said, they are leading not only for positions, not only for kill points, but also to have the best squad right now, because they are engaging, they are working so good, they are having the results. And Marcelo, we saw that they haven't changed any of their plays. I mean, they have, but right now they are solid with the same exactly squad, which is not the same point that Team 1 is seeing right now, right?
And they are solid not only with their squads, but with their lead on our standings that is coming up for you guys to understand what's the figure right now. They opened 40 points against SS Esports. They were 4 points ahead of SS Esports.
That is way too much.
And now they are 40 points on top of SS Esports, and they got the first place in the Q rankings for the season. That was SS Esports as well. They still ain't got the same number of booyahs that SS Esports got, but the consistency is putting Corinthians 40 points ahead of SS Esports. Nice day for B4 that gets to the 3rd place. Loud getting to the 4th place. Netshoes Miners with the 5th. FURIA leaving the right side of the table and getting to the 6th place. INTZ with the 7th. Team Codasolid with the 8th. Team Liquid also getting away from the 200 points mark, but Team 1 with only 166 points.
But talking about the consistency, Corinthians is right now in our standings in the 2nd place, only behind of Team Liquid, of the best begins, the best started in 30 matches in Free Fire Brazilian League. It is a little bit too early to talk about that, but I just want to point it out that in the LBFF Season 1, Team Liquid, after 30 matches played, they got 346 points. But right now, it is the 5th season of Free Fire Brazilian League, and Corinthians is doing such a great and amazing job for killing positions and points in our standings that they are leading. They are in the 2nd place for a few points behind of Team Liquid of the best starts of Free Fire Brazilian League. That's really good to see, coming from a team that last season didn't have quite a great experience. Here they struggled so much, and they had to start from the zero. They had to get new players and to find this kind of matches between themselves, because we know that maybe this is not working for God Unidas, that I already said that they have a new squad, but Corinthians also have a new squad. and they adapt themselves very good.
They are doing such a great adaptation, and it's nice for us to talk about the results for from Team Liquid on the season 1, because we're talking about season 5, a way more balanced season than the first season was for the LBFF, and Corinthians, with such a balanced season, is doing such an amazing job keeping themselves consistently in the top 5 and in the maps, and consistently leading the ranks for the whole season, Carol. It's amazing to see the job that those guys are doing.
And talking about a good job, I know that Nitroxx Top 10 didn't have the best of results this last match, but I just want to congratulations them, because we know how hard it is to have a different game style from Serie A to Serie B, and watching them have this aggressive game that we are not expecting from the team that came from Serie B, having over the other teams here in Serie A, it is really good, and I really enjoy to watch them here today having these aggressive things. But talking about great things and heavy and aggressive
Things
and
that we enjoyed
good,
watching today.
things that we have enjoyed to watch today, I want to see the best of the best, the highlights of the day, Marcelo.
Yeah, we gotta talk about the highlights of the day. Most points go to Corinthians, most kills go to Corinthians, and most individual kills was awesome by Ousado with 18 kills. The whole rankings led by Corinthians before and FURIA with the most points and the most kills for the day. Before with double booyah, Corinthians with double booyah, FURIA getting the first booyah in Kalahari they needed so badly, but 13 kills by Memgod, 12 kills by is it Italo from INTZ? No,
I don't remember, but I was just about to say that it is really good to see INTZ in the highlights of the day again, because this is not very common, but at least for individual kills, which is very good for them. But definitely the day was the day for Corinthians and B4, but also to see FURIA coming again back in the game, very aggressive, heavy.
Fighting their
Memgod, who was also in the MVP run last season and back again in the MVP list. We are gonna check that because we have some updates. But it is good to see Corinthians and FURIA in B4.
It's funny for us to see that Corinthians got 72 points. Half of those points happened via kills, 36 points, and half of those kills came by the hands of Ousado. So the game was well spread around the Corinthians team by positioning and killing. And now we have the kill leaders for you guys to see.
That's my
Ousado
favorite
reaches
thing.
the second place in the kill list.
I told you guys so that we are going to probably see Ousado, because most of the fights of Corinthians that we have watched today, all of the big amount of number of kills were in the hands of Ousado, and he came like a bullet train. He came for the 44 kills, but one thing that I have to point it out, it is about MTS and Butch on, because both together they get an amount of points,
91 kills,
more kills than 10 teams together. 10 teams together. So they are definitely a duo of the dreams of any team, right?
But yes.
But yes. That is the new duo.
It's the new duo, but yes. But Ousado with 18 kills getting to the second place, and Memgod with its 13 kills getting to a nice third place in the game. And
it's getting very interesting to watch right now, because we had this close fight between MTS and Mammoth, but right now we want to see where this will take us. Ousado, Memgod, and if Butu on will also be here.
And Carol, last season we had Juan with 111 kills for the whole season, but we're in round 7 right now. We have 11 more rounds to come, and if MTS keeps that pace, Ousado keeps that pace, they will go way too above what Juan did last day. But we have more things coming in, more information coming in for you guys.
The best of the day.
The best of the best of the best of the day, and it's of course Corinthians.
Corinthians, the crew of crazies. O bando de loucos, like we like to say here in Brazil.
And the double booyah in Bermuda.
Double booyah in Bermuda, like before the double booyah in Purgatory today.
And the team that Corinthians Bermuda was the only map that they didn't get booyahs before today, getting 2 booyahs for the day in Purgatory.
But Marcelo, look at Ousado.
Look at Ousado.
18 points for a killing only in his hands, Marcelo.
Half of the kills from Corinthians team coming from Ousado. Gelo, a player that is a situational player that changes a lot in between the maps, stood out for the whole day, got to play the 6 maps for the day and got 8 kills. Hazuri, that was leading Corinthians in kills, getting 6 kills. So the team is splitting the need to kill throughout at least 3 or 4 players, right?
And this is the squad of dreams, of course, because like you said, they are splitting the kills in each one of them. If you are in the front line, if you are in the assistance, each one of these guys are helping, and they got a double booyah with 72 points. And I tell you what, Corinthians, I would bring this information for tomorrow, but I have to say that Corinthians, in this season specifically, there was not one match or one round that they didn't score less than 50 points, Marcelo.
Yeah, we have Corinthians being the most consistent team. We're talking about it since day 1, since day 2, as they didn't play on the first day because they are in Group C. But since the first day that Corinthians got into the server, we are saying Corinthians is playing the most consistent game, and that is showing off right now on the standings. We see the results for today. Double booyah for B4 in Purgatory, double booyah for Corinthians in Bermuda, and Kalahari split between Nitroxx Top 10 and FURIA. Carol, that means that we are starting to have the best strategies set for those maps, right?
Yes, and this actually also means that we are watching the best of the best teams around here. Of course, this is just only Group C against Group B today, but we can see how great before would go against Group A, and also Corinthians would go against Group A. So a lot of things prove us the matches of today's, and one of that is that Free Fire Brazilian League is no joke. These guys came really prepared. They practice every single week, and they are really prepared for each one of the matches here today. But what a more interesting, I want to be prepared, Marcelo, for what is to come. Can you tell me?
Tomorrow, so let's check our schedule for tomorrow and for Monday. We got to remind you there is more Free Fire coming in on Monday. Tomorrow we have groups A and B coming in. Fluxo, Los Grandes, Metagaming, Pen Gaming, Santos, Real, Vivo KEYD facing off against God Unidas, INTZ, Loud, Nitroxx Top 10, SS Esports, and Team Liquid. Maybe the chance for SS Esports to get to Corinthians, but Corinthians will come back on Monday. Don't you guys dare forget it, because groups A and C are facing each other. Fluxo, Los Grandes, Metagaming, Pen Gaming, Santos, Real, and Vivo KEYD facing off against B4, Corinthians, FURIA, Netshoes Miners, Team Codasolid, and Team 1. Nice to say as well, Carol, that Group C dominated the day today. Double booyah for B4, double booyah for Corinthians, and one more booyah from FURIA. Only one booyah going in for Group B on the hands of Nitroxx Top 10, right?
Exactly. So that actually proves us that Group B and Group C are the most aggressive ones. So what Group A will bring us tomorrow, Marcelo? I'm very excited to watch. So tomorrow and on Monday we are going to watch Group A, just a confirmation, of course. But things here today was really interesting, and I was breathtaking, Marcelo.
Today was a breathtaking day. We had amazing matches, and there are way more great matches coming in for you guys tomorrow. And of course, I expect you all guys here tomorrow at the same time, 1 p.m. in Brazil, noon in Eastern time in the United States. And Carol, it was once again a pleasure to be by your side.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and don't forget that tomorrow we are in the same channel, the same time, not on Monday, but tomorrow, of course. So I hope you guys can be here with us tomorrow once again.
Invite your friends, and we will be here tomorrow. See you guys on Sunday and Monday.